Yo, Mars, right from what's up, Ticket?
The hood don't make a brother hard colder than December. Don't take much to make that thing go off. Oh, these brothers acting oh so soft. If you don't know, you better ask who I be. Have you breathing through IV? Yeah. Bentley is all dream. G5 agenda. The hood don't make a brother hard colder than December. Oh man, we on live? Oh my God, my bad, man.
Nah, they needed that intro. Nah, they needed that intro ticket.
Bro, y'all, I'm looking up in the air. I ain't even know he was on live, dog. My bad, dog.
They needed that. I promise you. Hey, Mars, can I get your top 5 all Mars? I guess you could say hated team. I know who the first person is, so we can either save him for last or just get him out the way.
I don't hate anyone, but I get what you're getting at. So
dislike, hate's a bad word.
Yeah, I know. So you probably have to say John Stockton at the 1, DeMar DeRozan at the 2. At the 3. Gotta throw LeBron in there. At the 4, obviously Julius Randle. I mean, he's the captain of the team. He's the star player. Everything's just Julius Randle. At the 5, probably James Wiseman. That would probably be my 5. I think that's a solid 5.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Solid squad. Yo, what's good, B Smooth?
What's good with y'all? Morning to y'all.
Yeah.
People
in case you guys,
what's going on here? What's going on?
We were waiting for you to be here.
Waiting for me. I got a late invite. I don't know.
Look. They need me to be smooth. I've been waiting for you this whole time.
Okay, that's what it was. My bad, chat.
Hey, chat. By the way, I was waiting for my laundry to finish. My sink overflowed. My DoorDash delivery was late. It's just been a bad morning. You know, it's been a bad morning. My dog escaped from the backyard. It's been messed up over here, but. You know, we trying to get it together. What's going on, Chilltown? How you living this morning?
Ain't nothing, brother. It's raining. And I'm ready to get it cracking. Let's do it.
Okay.
Mars Blackman, what up, brother? Be smooth. How you running?
What's up?
All right. Took your TV, shut your ass up.
So chill.
What up?
Oh man, we chilling.
Yeah. J Rob in the house.
Oh, J Rob.
All right, fellas. Right from the top. What's good, J Rob? You straight?
What's up? Yeah, what's up, fellas?
What's good?
So,
I know you got a nasty agenda today.
Nah, nothing nasty going on here, bro.
Okay. All right. Well, right from the get-go, dropping dimes. Came through with a super chat and said, FYI, Harden can't be extended when traded. And Brian Windhorst said that teams are refusing to give up anything more than expiring contracts for Harden.
Why can't he be extended?
Because the way his contract is set up, the way it's set up, he can't be extended like that. He got to go sign a whole new deal. He messed up. He should have just signed a deal in Brooklyn when he was going to be the highest paid player per year in the NBA. He turned that $60 million per year down in Brooklyn, and it went downhill ever since for him. He's made half of less the money that he would have made had he would have just signed that extension in Brooklyn. But I just want to know, where is Dookie at? Dookie has ran around here criticizing James Harden his entire career. He's talked all this stuff about James Harden. Now all of a sudden yesterday, Dookie has such high praise for James Harden now that he potentially is going to be with the stripper. So I just don't understand the logic now, because you criticize this man and said this man was a flunky his whole career, said he was a failure and everything else. But now that he's going to the LA strippers and playing with Kawhi and Paul George, now all of a sudden it's supposed to be. And again, when are we going to get on Kawhi? I mean, this is the pattern of these guys putting together super teams. And yes, James Harden, 21 points, 11.7 assists per game last year. Double-double, led the NBA in assists, perennial all-star, super team, bro. It's point-blank period. James Harden decided to stop scoring 35 points when he figured out he couldn't win no chip like that, and Kobe Bryant's words pierced him. So let's not get it seem like, oh, with James, he just couldn't do it. No, he stopped. He stopped doing it because he showed you in the playoffs. When I want to do it, I can still go do it. But he stopped doing it because he wanted to go form a super team at Brooklyn and them. So he wanted to have lesser of a role. Remember, when Kyrie wasn't playing, he was upset that he had to do more when Kyrie wasn't playing. He was upset. He said, I didn't sign up for this. I came over here to play with a super team. So this is what he wants. You know what I'm saying? And now in Philly, I just think he didn't like Doc. Him and Doc didn't get along. But now you going to the Clippers. This is horrible, bro. You had Russ playing well. Now you going to this, bro. The Clippers are, man, bro, they need to go ahead and just take a torpedo to that organization, bro. They're done, man.
$1,500 checks to people who need it.
Well, other thoughts and opinions?
Well, two things. Number one, Ticket, you brought up him turning down 60, that almost making that 60 million. I thought it was in Houston, where Houston had offered him a 2-year extension at 50 million a season. He said no to that.
And then he was up for a 60 million to be the highest paid player in NBA history with the Brooklyn Nets, and he turned it down. He turned it down, and then he asked for the trade. The fool turned it down in Brooklyn, and then he asked for the trade shortly thereafter to Philly. Then he played bad. Remember when he got traded over there, he played horrible in that playoffs, and so they didn't give him the full extension then. So then he was like, all right, cool, I signed a short-term deal. He took a pay cut. That way they went and signed PJ Tucker and those other guys. And now the reason why he's upset is because he's like, yo, I took a pay cut to come over here. I helped y'all bring in other guys like PJ Tucker. Remember they gave PJ Tucker the $33 billion deal for 3 years. They did that because he claimed he took a pay cut, but they didn't really want to pay him because he was trash. Now you come again, Daryl Morey. He goes to the ownership trying to get James his money. They ain't finna pay him his money based off the performance they saw. They're not finna get this man no close to $60 million like he won. So now he's in a situation. He's in a situation where he's ticked because he felt like I sacrificed to help the team be better by not taking the money I could have took. And now we had a handshake agreement, and now y'all going against that. You know what I'm saying? This is the real reason why James Harden wants out. Bro, the dude is a joke. Bro, these dudes in the NBA is a joke. Chill town. When I cook these dudes, it's for a reason, bro. Bro, Kawhi Leonard and them dudes are on board with this. The reports are saying that Kawhi Leonard and Paul George is pushing for this. They on board for this super team. This don't make no sense, bro. You just saw Jokic, Murray got hurt, came back and won a chip for Kawhi and them dudes won a chip with the Clippers. LeBron and AD and them been hurt the whole time in LA. They got a chip, and these dudes. Kawhi came to LA talking smack. He ain't never ran his mouth his whole career. He come to LA doing the Terminator commercials. I got the key talking about I own the city. I got the crown on it saying he talking about he owned LeBron. He ain't done nothing, bro. The only thing they did was went to the conference finals, and he didn't even play when they went to the conference finals. Bro, listen, they can take a torpedo to the organization, blow it up. Clippers are getting themselves into deeper trouble, bro. And that's all there is to it, bro. I would have dismantled the whole thing.
It was obvious that it was because James Harden is not happy about how these contract negotiations is going, and it was obvious that it was what I believe they called it a quid pro quo. Like you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back, right? So, but part of that is you doing your job, right? So James Harden, this is Philadelphia's fault too, because they couldn't expect James Harden to, considering his history, they couldn't expect James Harden to lead them to a championship. They couldn't expect that. Same thing with Joel Embiid. They couldn't expect that neither. Why? Because Joel Embiid hadn't gotten them past the second round of the playoffs. So James Harden did play good. So the fact that James Harden took less money to bring other people in, James, that's a you problem. And the reason why that's a you problem, because this is business at the end of the day. And you got to get your money when you can get it. Because ain't no guarantee, in the words of my man Biggie Smalls, ain't no guarantee they're going to love you. So you got to get your money when you can get it. Because after this playoff series, I kind of figured that they were looking at him completely different. And rightfully so, which doesn't really make a lot of sense to other people, but they basically got on board with this guy on a whim, thinking that, yo, he might change with us. He may be different with us. When in reality, he's shown you who he is time and time again. Now, James Harden is about to demanded a trade for the third time in 5 years, right? For the third time in 5 years, James Harden is demanded to be traded. Which the fact that he's demanded a trade, there's no evidence to suggest that him going to the Clippers, him going to New York, him going to Phoenix, this thing is going to change, and we're going to see anything different because James Harden is who James Harden is, and you're probably going to get the same results.
Yo, right quick, Mookie. Before we get to you, I want to hear what else you other guys feel about James Harden and his potential trade partners. I've heard there's rumored to be two teams that are in strong contention. You have the Clippers, and you also have the Miami Heat. What do you guys think about either of these destinations for James Harden?
I mean, I told you yesterday, Ron, that I personally think he's going to end up with the Clippers. I think that just seems like the best landing space for him. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you could kind of tell that, we're in like another super team era where everybody I feel like is trying to team up. All of it just to beat Nikola Jokic is crazy. It's really crazy. but ultimately, really to me, this is more about James Harden in my eyes. I'm at the point where James Harden, we got to start really looking at this guy as he don't really. I don't want to violate James, but
J-Rob, say it, J-Rob.
He's not realistic with himself.
J-Rob, say it. He's the chick. He's the chick that's acting like she a 10 and she a 6.
Yeah. He's not realistic with himself anymore. I think as a player, I think ultimately think he don't really have a market like people like they have said in reports. I don't know if I think there really may be discussions that Harden is not a winning basketball player. I think there's been multiple times. I think you can even see it this year with the Sixers, where you could tell Doc is a little frustrated with this guy because when James Harden, to me, don't get it going or is not a great playmaker, he try to resort back to who he used to be, and he's not who he used to be anymore, unfortunately. And I don't want to call him washed, but I think if he's not committed to being like a legitimate ball handler, just a playmaker, like a legitimate traditional point guard, I don't really know if he could be that guy anymore. And I don't know if going to the Clippers with Kawhi is going to make him any closer to getting to a championship.
What guy is that, though, J-Rob? When we talk about James Harden being that guy, what guy is that? Because we've seen the best of James Harden, right? We've seen James Harden on cruise where, this team has been in contention to win the NBA championship. He was on a team that won 65 games with a number 1 seed, got all the way to the Western Conference Finals. We've seen the best of James Harden, and we've seen James Harden on bomb squads, and we've seen him fold. So with that being said, what is the best of James? Like, who is James Harden at the end of the day? James Harden isn't a guy that's going to win you an NBA championship. As the guy, he's not.
Do you think he would be asked? Do you think he would be asked for that? Joining the Los Angeles Clippers?
What he coming over to the Lakers for? I mean, what is he coming over to the Clippers for?
To be the playmaker.
No, don't cap, Mookie. Don't cap, bro. Don't. Mookie, you go against everything you say, bro. Don't do that.
Hold on.
I got much love for you, Mookie. You come on every single day you get a chance, and you criticize James Harden to no end. Now all of a sudden you cool with him?
Hold on. This is what I would say, bro. James Harden going to the Los Angeles Clippers, right? That still don't make them the favorites or a contender on them winning.
But that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you was praising the move.
I was not praising the move. I'm saying that's.
I got you on tape. I got you on tape on your channel praising the move.
I'm not praising the move. I'm saying that's what they're gonna do.
And you didn't have.
You just acknowledging the move.
Hold on. Did I ever sit there and say I'm happy about the move?
That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking.
I got you on tape.
You just acknowledging it. You're not praising it.
Acknowledging the move.
No, Chitchat. I got him on tape. He's lying.
He's lying.
Bro. That's what I said.
Yeah, he's lying. He's lying.
I'm not saying. If the Clippers get James Harden, they win the championship. No, but I do think that getting James Harden actually is a perfect fit for them because the Clippers
are you correct?
So hold on, how is missing a play initiator, a real traditional point guard that can set up the offense, play make and pass, and he can space the floor out and shoot. They've been missing that. So now you bring it.
What does that mean, Mookie?
Which James Harden is going to ask to be the playmaker. He's going to be asked to be the passer, the facilitator, setting up the sets, feeding Kawhi and Paul George the ball as well, right? And then when he has the opportunity, he's going to score. It is what it is. It's
Mookie.
But I'm not saying it's enough because the help, of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. It's
right. No, hold on. That's the thing. Hold on. Mookie. But that's the thing, Mookie. How was he, bro? You're gonna have to depend on him a lot because them dudes ain't playing a lot of games. So now it ain't gonna be like you're gonna have a big three that's playing 85, 90% of the season. No, though, I expect those three to play 40 games together max this season. Max. And that's pushing it. I expect them to play 40 games. Max. The big three. Those
40
three.
together, like combined?
Combined.
Like
no,
Kawhi
those
played
together.
10,
Together.
Paul George played 20, James.
That's
No. I'm talking about the max you will see them games on the court together as a big three is 40. I bet I got any amount of money on anybody on that.
That's not a bad
and I'm saying the maximum game.
All three of them.
So the other game, hold on. So the other games where it's just gonna be James and Kawhi or James and Paul George. Now, see, this is when Mookie gonna start crying midway through the season. When James starts shooting the air balls, shooting bricks, not playing no D like he's known not to do. It's insane, bro. It's insane. And then for Kawhi and Paul George is starting off on this, man, I look at Kawhi a whole different way, man.
Hold on, bro. Tiggy, what are you talking about, bro? You were just praising James Harden when he was with Joel Embiid, saying that.
No, I said I thought he could get you a game. I said I thought he could get you. Hold on. I said I thought he could get you a game.
He's still that caliber of a player where he could get you a game. He's so great. He can score. He can get to the rim and shit like that. But then when he goes to the Clippers, James Harden gonna be shooting air balls. He's gonna be turning over the ball. He ain't gonna play on defense. Where was that same?
Hold on. That's what you said. Hold on. That's what you said. No. When me and Chilltown talked about Harden, I told Chilltown, I said, chill. Harden is in a situation because we understand one thing about James Harden. When Harden is by himself and he's the main guy, that's when he's normally at his best. When it's him having to do all the scoring and the facilitating, that's when he's at his best. When you put James Harden and have another dominant scorer out there with him, that's when he flunders. That's when he is unsure of himself. That's when he's unsure whether or not he's going to go or not go. You're putting him out there with a guy like Kawhi Leonard or a guy like Paul George, who won't want the ball in their hands too. This is what takes James Harden back. And we've seen it year after year after year. James Harden had his best years in Houston when he made most of the time, he was the main guy. When he had other dudes that could put up numbers with him or they could put up production, it fell off. Him and CP3 fell off and they went to the conference finals and they fell out. Him and Russ fell out. Russ had his best season with the Houston Rockets and them two fell out. Russ averaged 26 a game over there and they fell out. Him and Joel Embiid fell out over this past situation. He fell out with the Brooklyn Nets. Cut it out, bro.
Yeah,
cut it out, man. Cut it out, man.
Why are you moving off of Russ? Because I really like that fit with Russ. I just don't think we saw it.
No, chill. They saying that the Clippers, there have been reports out there saying that when the Clippers do get James Harden, they're not totally moving off of Russell Westbrook. They still want Russell Westbrook on the team as well. So
just so you know, but before you go any further, Mook, just so you know, I'm not playing behind James Harden. I'm not.
Facts.
So we clear. I'm not playing behind James Harden. I already came off the bench with the Lakers. I get with the Clippers, and I'm really good with the Clippers. So now you asking me to go back to the bench for a dude who basically failed just as miserably in the playoffs as I did. I'm not going back to the bench, Mook. I just want to make sure we clear on that.
I don't like Russ and Harden on the same team. If you're going to get somebody that going to be the starting point guard, you have to choose between either Russ or James Harden. I'm just sitting there saying that the Los Angeles Clippers, any move, I already sat there and made the realization, any move that they make, and even they bring some great pieces where I can say, you know what, that could be great that can be great for a contending team. They're not going to be healthy enough in a postseason setting when you need both Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Every move that they make is not going to mean nothing because Paul George and Kawhi Leonard can't play for the majority of the regular season, and they can't be healthy going to a postseason, bro.
Just so you know, Mook, I've heard Kawhi Leonard say this season he's ready to play 82 games. He said he's ready to play 82 games this season.
I saw that report. No, I seen that report.
He said he's ready. He said he's ready to play 82 games.
I think that was a fake tweet, man. I ain't gonna hold you.
The 23-24 season.
Yo, Beast Move, you know what's crazy? I looked at that tweet and be like, Kawhi, you ain't going to load maybe one game this year.
Nah, that was definitely a fake tweet.
Chilltown got ball sacked.
Did I get ball sacked?
Yeah.
You got ball sacked.
Yeah. They making a fake NBA Central count.
There's just no way he goes from doing all that, from low managing for all these years, and now he playing the full 82. I find that hard. Like I can see Kawhi never qualifying under the new CBA for an All-NBA team at this point in his career because 65 might be too much.
That's asking a
Bro,
lot.
listen, man.
I'm thankful a lot of things.
And he's going to break down at some point.
Might be a lot for Kawhi, bro. 65 games for him.
Hey, J-Rob, I got any amount of money. I got any amount of money that he low managed to start the season. Any amount of money.
Well, I'm with you. No, there's no way I'm doubling down with you.
Any amount of money.
I think Underdog has that bet. If I'm not mistaken, Underdog has that contest.
Man,
you guys
Ron,
better go ahead and get you some
crazy,
money.
Ron.
Take everything in your savings account and put it on the fact that Kawhi Leonard won't play all 82 games.
I'm betting all of that. Kawhi
That's
Leonard
an
is not
easy
playing
bet.
all of that. That's an easy bet.
Who in the NBA is that is a star caliber or superstar caliber is playing 82 games?
Anthony Edwards.
Julius, hey, Mars, you gonna like this one? Julius Randle. Not this.
Julius Randle.
Oh man, you see what
Anthony Edwards.
Not this year though, but he has played.
You didn't make Mars get off the call.
I believe Anthony Edwards is one of like 11 guys this year that played all 82 games. He doesn't miss games. He plays a lot.
Here's the big thing though. We've given Kawhi a pass in LA, and I think it's disgusting. He's been able to get one of the biggest passes. He has ducked the majority of the criticism for the complete failure that he's been. We've heard AD get criticized for being Terry Clough. I've done it myself. We've heard LeBron James be criticized for missing games and faking injuries and not having surgeries that he said he was supposed to have and fake retirements. But Kawhi Leonard has flown under the radar. This dude has been the biggest failure probably in Los Angeles. Out of all those stars in LA, Kawhi has been the biggest failure, bro. Bro, you destroyed the Phoenix Suns in game 1, and then all of a sudden you drop 30 in game 2, you can't play no more. Like you got the Suns on the ropes where they going home. Now you can't play no more. Then the year before that, you get hurt. The year before that, or before the year before that, everybody talk about, oh yeah, man, we going to the NBA Finals. We gonna be deep in the playoffs. Kawhi coming back. Kawhi leaves the team hanging, and they miss the play-in. He leaves the team hanging. Excuse me, they miss the playoffs. They get bumped out by the Pelicans because he didn't come back. Then the year before that, then he gets hurt in the playoffs again. The year before that, Paul George carried them to the conference finals that year. Then the year before that, he get walked down in the bubble by the Denver Nuggets. It's disgusting, bro. It's disgusting. And chill town, he haven't got no criticism. He haven't really got smoke.
A ticket.
I also think
criticizing someone for tearing that ACL is kind of weird.
How you can carry somebody when you only win in 2 games. It takes 4 games to win a series.
That's facts.
Not carrying. Come on.
No, you gotta hear what I'm saying to you. He ain't got no criticism, bro. The man has been a complete failure. Anybody else that gets hurt, anybody else that we calling him bust, we saying it was a failure. It don't matter what the circumstance was. When AD was getting hurt in LA, you ain't hear people just saying he getting injured. No, they're saying, man, to get this dude out of here. He ain't cause see, I'm telling you something, bro. I don't like how Kawhi Leonard has flown under the radar, bro. This dude has been able to get away with cold-blooded murder over there and with the LA Clippers, bro. Seriously, look at all the help they got this dude. Hold on. Look at all the help they got him over there.
It's only been one opportunity.
Hold
on. It only been one opportunity where Kawhi Leonard was healthy, where he competed for a championship, and they blew a 3-1 lead in the goddamn bubble. But for the most majority of the part of the thing,
a 3-1 lead to be exact.
The reason why nobody's not criticizing Kawhi is because he's been hurt. But when he was healthy, he was putting up the story. Hold on.
We criticized other players for being hurt.
Hold on. When he was healthy, he was putting up historical numbers in the postseason. Was on pace to having one of the greatest volume postseason scoring runs in NBA history, and he was doing the same thing this year in the 2 games that he played with the Phoenix Suns. But he ended up getting hurt. So when he's healthy, the Clippers have a bigger opportunity for competing for championships. That's why nobody not criticizing Kawhi because he's hurt.
No, it ain't because he's hurt. No, that's not true, Mook. The reason why it's not true, Mook, the reason why that's not true is because it's the Clippers. Because just so you know, Mook, Anthony Davis has played more games than both Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Not only has he played more games than both of them, they won the NBA championship. And on top of them winning the NBA championship, who gets more smoke because they're injured? It would be Anthony Davis. And you know why Anthony Davis gets more smoke? Because he plays for the Los Angeles Lakers. If he played for the Clippers, if he played for the Minnesota Timberwolves, it would just be the fact that he the fact that he plays for the Clippers is completely different. It ain't because he's hurt. It's because he played for the Clippers.
This is the difference. Anthony Davis get tic-tac injuries. Like his pinky hurts. The fucking bat on his thigh hurts. I mean his fucking neck hurts. I mean, his little elbow hurts. His shin bone hurts. He's missing. He's getting tensed up about that, bro. And on top of that, you talking about Anthony Davis played more games than Kawhi Leonard and Paul George.
Yes, he has.
But how many games by though? Because Kawhi Leonard missed.
What difference does it make how many games by, Mook?
Because
he's played more games.
If it's only by like damn near 10 or 12, that's not impressive because the man missed the whole year of basketball. So how are you gonna sit there and pull up that stat talking about Anthony Davis played more games than Kawhi Leonard and Paul George by only 10 games and Kawhi Leonard missed the whole year?
Well, first of all, we don't know that it's more than 10 games. Number two, Anthony Davis has missed
That's
plenty of games.
How many games he played? Anthony Davis' tenure with the Lakers and compared to Kawhi Leonard's tenure with the Clippers, how many games Anthony Davis is playing more than Kawhi Leonard and Paul George? How many by? If it's about damn near 40, 50, then you have a point. But if it's only by 10 games when the man missed the whole year, stop it, man. That's not impressing me, man.
Even if that's not impressive, Mook, the problem that we having is that it's the Clippers. It's not because Kawhi Leonard has been injured. It's because it's the Clippers, and the expectation for the Clippers before Leonard got over there, it wasn't this. So nobody really cares that much about the Clippers. If Kawhi
30 more games, AD's played 33 more games than Kawhi.
30 games, and
33 more games.
Kawhi missed the whole year. That's not impressive, bro.
And Mars, and AD get way more criticism, and AD got a chip. AD got a chip. He get way more criticism than Kawhi. That's insane, bro.
I think it's dumb that anyone gets criticized for being hurt, in my opinion.
But we do
no. But
I agree with that too.
Yeah, the people who do it, I think it doesn't make someone tears their ACL, you're criticizing them for being hurt. That doesn't make sense.
Oh, Mars, we're criticizing. Hold on, Mars. Here's a criticism of Kawhi. It's just the injury. You got to look at the history, bro. Bro, we got a coach and Greg Popovich who never had a beef with any other player before Kawhi Leonard, as far as publicized. Hold on. Let me finish my sentence. Before the publicized situation with Kawhi, we never heard Greg Popovich come out and throw any other player in Spurs history under the bus. You go through the injury situation with Kawhi, and then Pop says, "Hey, look, man, you got to ask Kawhi and his team." Kawhi leaves. He goes to the Clippers, and they got the same thing. Nobody knows what's going on with this dude. He's supposed to have certain return times. He doesn't return. He returns, then takes off 3 weeks when the season started last year. He's in and out of the lineup. Nobody knows what's going on. But it's crazy as hell, man.
First of all, hold on.
Everyone knows what's going on. He has degenerative knees. He can't play.
That's first of all, Ticket. I think you being a little disingenuous with him when he's in San Antonio, because number one, they're telling him that he's good. Nobody knows your body like you, and he's telling them, "Yo, this thing is worse than what y'all telling me it is." Meanwhile, now he's getting thrown under the bus by Coach Popovich, by Tony Parker. So you know what's going on now? Y'all dudes don't have my best interest at hand. I want out. That's not wrong on my part. Simply because, again, we're talking about a dude who's worried about his health. And that's what happened. He don't got no problem going up there picking up his check on the 1st and the 15th.
I don't have a problem. My point to you. My point to you is this. This has been a revolving door with Kawhi. This ain't been a one situation. There have been reports that the Clippers have been frustrated. Tone told you that the Clippers were frustrated with Kawhi in his situation. Hold on. Tone told you that a couple weeks ago. He come on here and tell you again. Bro, this dude is high maintenance. He's a high maintenance, low production dude as far as winning. He got drafted to a team that was an all-world. He got drafted to an all-world Spurs team, and he had a great series in the finals and won a chip. Then he went to a team that was already a perennial contender in the East, in the Toronto Raptors, and helped them get over the hump against a hurt Golden State Warriors team. That was a medical ring he got because the whole Golden State Warriors team was hurt. So he got a medical ring with the Toronto Raptors. Now he comes to the Clippers. Now he comes to the. We ain't talking about Giannis. Nigga, shut up. Now we come to the Clippers where he's the unadulterated leader.
Jimmy Butler had a medical playoff run to the finals. Talk about that.
But been hurt the whole time. I don't want to hear no excuses, bro. Chilltown. Anybody else in any other situation, bro, gets criticized for being hurt. They've criticized every other player that have been hurt and haven't been able to get through and get it done. Injuries are a part of the game, bro. So when you get hurt, and you're
If
injured,
injury's part
and
of
you're
the game,
out,
why
they
you
call
just
you a
discredit
bust. I don't
Kawhi
want to
Leonard's
hear
ring
that,
with
bro.
the Raptors?
I don't want to hear that, man. I don't want to hear that, bro.
Mookie,
If
I'm
injury's
gonna let
part
you.
of, hold
I'm
on,
gonna let you
if
get your
injury's
full
part-
rebuttal
hold
off,
on, Ron,
Mookie.
hold on, Ron. If
Mookie, I'm gonna
injury's
let you
part
get
of
your
the
full
game,
rebuttal off.
why
Then
did he
be smooth.
discredit
And
Kawhi
Mars, I
Leonard's
need to
ring
hear
with the
from you
Raptors?
guys.
Honestly, I don't know why we're judging a guy that
Oh,
gets
hold on,
literally.
wait. Let Mookie get his full rebuttal off. Go ahead, Mookie.
Cool.
If Tiki just said injuries is part of the game, he just cooked his own self. Injuries part of the game. Why you just discredit Kawhi Leonard's ring with the Toronto Raptors?
No,
The fact of
you
the matter-
discredited
hold on.
Giannis's ring.
The
You
fact-
said
the fact-
Giannis had a medical ring, but
hold on.
Kawhi
The
be the
fact-
king
the
that would
fact-
have.
Let him get it off.
The fact of the matter is this, right? We know when Kawhi Leonard's healthy, he gives his team a best opportunity for winning the championship. We know that he's good enough that he can lead a team to a championship and win it all. The thing is that yes, he was brought to the Los Angeles Clippers to win the championship. Yes, it's been a failure. But part of the reason why it's been a failure and the context being thrown there is not because of him. Like outside the bubble, yeah, he underperformed in the bubble, but outside of those years where he's putting up historical numbers, it's not because he's underperforming because his play alone is he's not be able to get the Clippers over the hump and win a championship. Is because he's been injured. So that's the reason why nobody's not criticizing Kawhi Leonard that much, because they know that when he's healthy, he plays almost like the best player or a top 3 player in the goddamn playoffs, and he's leading his team to a championship because when he's healthy, he's putting up historical numbers. But when he gets hurt, that's the reason why he's not able to get the Clippers over the hump, bro. When they had 2 great opportunities of doing it this year and in the year 2021. So that's why nobody's not really criticizing him, because he's been hurt. That's the context being thrown. Nobody's not. But
Here's my rebuttal to you, Mookie. Mookie, here's my rebuttal to you. LeBron James been in the league for 20 years. LeBron James gets hurt. Hold on, Mookie. LeBron James been in the league for 20 years. LeBron James gets hurt. Your channel is filled with LeBron James criticizing videos because he can't stay healthy. The same thing with AD. I got all the videos right here lined up on your channel. As you were just talking, I have every video where you criticize LeBron James for being hurt. And the man is in year 20. Hold on. Don't do it, Mookie, because I will get Ron to put on the screen right now. I will get him. I got all your videos right here. I went to your channel. I went to your channel.
I'll put it up for sure.
Did I? Hold on.
Right. So am I lying, J-Rod? J-Rod, am I lying? Am I lying, J-Rod? Am I lying? Am I lying? So Ron. Hold on. That shit goes from Ron. Mookie has criticized LeBron James every time he got hurt.
Hold on.
Fake injury. Did
LeBron James tore an ACL? Did he?
No. He tore his tendon in his foot. And you said it was fake. You said it was a fake injury.
Did LeBron James tore his ACL?
He tore a tendon in his foot, and you said it was a fake injury.
He tore his meniscus, sir.
You said it was a fake injury.
No. You said I criticized his injury.
I'm asking you a question. Did you not criticize LeBron James for being hurt?
Hold on. Did I criticize LeBron James for tearing the meniscus, tearing the ACL, tearing the Achilles?
I didn't ask you that.
No.
Did you criticize LeBron for injuries? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, well, you got that. Hey, J-Rod, put it on the screen, J-Rod. Put it on the screen. Put it on the screen. Put it.
Just because my video said people have blasted LeBron James for faking an injury.
No, we heard you talking. No, we got you talking on there. We got you saying that LeBron James is a fraud. We got you arguing with Ghost Town saying that LeBron James fakes injuries.
What that got to do with injuries?
No. You said he fakes injuries. I got you on tape. Don't lie, Mookie. I'll play the tape. You said LeBron James is clearly faking an injury. I have you on tape. You said LeBron every time LeBron gets hurt.
Put context to that.
I did. I am. You said LeBron James is faking an injury.
The context is to that is when we look at LeBron James' injury report, right? And we sit there and say that shit changed from a hand to a toe injury, to a back injury, to an elbow injury. And I'm seeing that consistently change on the injury report night to night when he's questionable to play and shit like that. Then yes, I came to the realization, like, what is really going on with him? Is it a significant injury? Is it a real injury? When LeBron James had that injury against Dallas, I did not sit there and criticize LeBron James for faking an injury and shit like that. No, I did not.
No, but you have. Hold on. You have criticized LeBron.
On that same video, I came out and sat there and said that LeBron James is hurt and he's going to take a long time to recover as well, because that injury right there takes damn near 4 to 8 weeks to recover from, bro. And I sat there and said that LeBron James is rushing himself back. He's not really his normal self. That's why I sat there and said. But
so why did you criticize?
But hold on. Do you have me on tape of criticizing Anthony Davis or LeBron James when they suffer significant injuries?
Why are we getting away from James Harden, the dude who just?
No, we're not. No. Chill.
He always do that. Always talk about LeBron.
Chill. Got to get back to
Hold on. Let me get on.
This dude is disgusting. This dude is disgusting. He's amateur hour, Chilltown. He's amateur hour, Chilltown. At least when I say LeBron faking injury, Chilltown, I come on here and say it in front of everybody.
I will ask you this though. You did say something.
This nigga Ticket TV is the #1 guy at saying LeBron James.
Hey, hold on. I stand on that. Hold on, come out. I stand on that. Hold on. I stand on that. The problem I got with you is that you don't. I stand on what I said about LeBron James. The problem I got with you is that you talk about LeBron faking injuries, and you criticize LeBron for that.
I never say he's faking an injury.
Hold on. I have you on tape, sir. But then when Kawhi gets hurt, you use that as an excuse and says, "Oh, well, you can't use injuries as an excuse." But you use LeBron's injuries as an excuse to criticize LeBron every single time. And we have you on tape. We had a tape. And I have witnesses too. I don't want to
make this to a LeBron shit. But go ahead, bro.
It's definitely not turning into a LeBron show because James Harden still needs to be talked about. Be smooth. I haven't heard from you yet in terms of, the overall situation. And I want to hear your thoughts on him, possibly with the Clippers or possibly with the Heat, or if you have another destination.
I thought the other team I seen that he was going to go to the New York Knicks. That's what I seen. That's the matchup I like, is going to the New York Knicks, taking Julius Randle. I have him and Brunson and RJ Barrett, whatever the combination would be. I like that. But if he goes to the Clippers, it's a good situation. I don't know why people hating on that matchup. People saying, if Harden's with the Clippers, they're not going to win anything. Well, they weren't going to win anything with just PG and Kawhi anyway. So why not try something different with Harden, Kawhi, and PG? If Kawhi's hurt, I don't know, he plays 50 games. All right, then you have him and PG playing most of the damn season.
You had somebody that was better. Hold on. You just had somebody that was better. You had Russ. Russ was better.
Russ is not better than
Russ was. Hold on. Russ, hold on. No, ain't no 4 games. Hold on. Russ was better the whole time. Hold on. Russ, the whole time since he went to the Clippers, Russ had been balling since he got moved to the Clippers.
Hold on. Did we forget?
Hold on one second.
Russ is better than you say was going to the Knicks. Who did you say was going to the Knicks? Can you say that one more time?
I think James Harden go to the Knicks. But anyway, real quick, did you forget James Harden scored 40 points in game 1? Did we forget that?
No. That's one game. Hold on. That's one game. We seen.
What about game?
Hold on. We seen Russ do that. We seen Russ do that.
The whole narrative.
Hold on. Hey, Ron, you finna get this dude. This dude finna get cooked 2 different times in this show.
Be smooth now. You said that. Be smooth. Be smooth. You said that they weren't going to win anything. You said they weren't going to win anything without him. Why don't you think that they were going to win anything without him?
Right.
Kawhi can't stay healthy. If it's just going to be Paul George and the Eric Gordon show, or Paul George and who else they have, Terrence Mann show, obviously not going to win. Having James Harden with Paul George, if Kawhi can only play 50 games, it's a better chance than just Paul George and whoever else is number 2.
Well, be smooth. That logic doesn't work because we've seen James Harden underperform in the playoffs more than once, more than twice, more than 3 times, which means that this doesn't change anything.
Well, okay, then you have 2 underperformers. Regardless, it's still a better fit. You'd rather have a chance than have no chance. This man, James Harden,
had a chance.
He scored 40-something points in game 1. All I heard was James Harden's back. He's doing it. But I can't hurt. James Harden can't win with Joel Embiid. Well, they won game 5 in Boston against that same Celtics team. He still played well with Joel Embiid. So what is this logic of James Harden?
Hold on, but we seen Russ drop 40 too. We seen Russ drop 40 by himself. We seen Russ killing. Hold on, we seen Russ cooking the Suns by himself. Hold on, we seen Russ cooking the Suns by himself. And I'm gonna say this.
He was taking 24 shots to get that too. Go ahead.
That's true. Hold on, that's not true. Russ was shooting over 50% in those games. So that's another lie. No. He was balling. He was balling in those games. He was shooting over 55% in those games. Yeah, he was killing against the Phoenix Suns. Tell the truth.
Didn't he also have like 2 games where he was at 3 for 18?
Hold on. So yeah. They both had bad games.
Hold on, Ticket. Don't even get me started on James Harden because you're talking about those 2 40-point games, which is a mirage, by the way, because you completely, it's absolutely a mirage because you completely left out the 7 games he played in the playoffs of those 11 games. You are aware that he went 16 for 61 in those games, and he had 7 games where he shot under 25%. So them 2 40-point games, that's a mirage. I can appreciate the fact that they won. They went up against a depleted. They went up against a depleted, completely different Brooklyn team, and then they run up on a Boston Celtic team where they went to pieces, which is what James Harden's done throughout his career in the playoffs. So do not try to sell me these 2 40-point games like this is actually who James Harden.
I'm confused. Show you think James Harden's going to be this number 1 option on the Clippers, or is he not going to be the number 3 option? So if you're going to hold
on, let him finish. Let him finish.
If you're going to ask James Harden to average 15 and 9, I think that's a damn good player. If you're going to ask him to do 45 a game, obviously you're over hyping his expectations. Right. If he's 15 and 8, 15 and 9, that's a damn good third option.
Russ was giving you that. You said Russ wasn't good.
Well, Russell Westbrook has 8 turnovers a game. So no, I'm sorry.
Hold on.
Let me ask you this. It's that simple. Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question, Beast Move?
Good. Yes, sir.
You talking about this 15 and 8 from Harden? Do you really believe in your heart of hearts he has that expectations of himself to be that type of player? Because James Harden, I don't think James Harden is going to be in a situation where he's going to look at himself and be a 15 and 8 guy.
He was 20 and 10 last year. He's not coming to the Clippers like, yo, I'm taking a lesser role.
He was playing with 2 better scores.
No, I'm not saying he shouldn't be able to do that. I'm not saying he shouldn't be able to do that.
You're saying if he would accept that role.
I'm saying I don't think James Harden is going to accept a role like that. I think one of the reasons why he's not in Philadelphia anymore, not just because of Doc, but because I think the way he was viewed as a player there and the way he was used there. I feel like if he transitioned to be a true traditional point guard, bro, and average that 15 and 8, that 15 and 10 you talk about, I think he would be more optimal. I think the thing is, if you ask James Harden, what he is,
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Did he not do that in Brooklyn? Am I confused there? Did he not lead the league in assists in Brooklyn?
No, I'm not saying he led
the league in assists last year.
Real quick, you're telling me he can't be that playmaker with Kawhi and Paul George, but he did it with KD and Kyrie?
Nobody's disputing that, Beast Move. That's not the problem.
No, you're saying it. I'm saying will he accept that? No, I'm not. I'm saying James Harden.
Why you get cooked by Beast Move, man?
You're saying will James Harden accept that role in LA, but he did the same thing accepting the role in Brooklyn. What's the difference?
But the difference is that
his role, he would not have kept leaving.
Well, Kyrie Irving didn't decide to play basketball anymore. That's why. That's why Kyrie decided not to play basketball. KD got hurt every other Tuesday, and that's the reason why.
He forced his way out and went to Brooklyn. He forced his way out, went to Brooklyn, and he's about to do the same shit all over again. So don't do this.
If he was mad about KD getting hurt, he wouldn't go to the Clippers.
Don't do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mars. Get him, Mars. Because tag team circles of the world.
Let's not act like Kyrie getting hurt was a bigger problem.
And let's get
Kyrie getting hurt wasn't a bigger problem.
James Harden, in some ways, is a bit of a diva. Nobody wants to say that.
That's not a fact.
Are not all superstars divas? What are we talking about here? Aren't all NBA superstars
Wait
divas?
a minute, Beast Move. We're getting off the point. The point that you're trying to make is that him taking a lesser role, being a 15 and 9 guy. Well, the problem that we're having is he's playing with the league MVP. And playing with the league MVP, he's a 20 and 10 guy. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Los Angeles and play with Kawhi Leonard, who's been beat up, Paul George, who's been beat up, these 2 guys who've been beat up, who are now coming into a contract year, and I'm going to take a lesser role to play with these dudes as opposed to doing what I was doing when I was playing with the league MVP. Is that the logic?
Is the goal not to win a championship? I'm confused here. He doesn't want to play with Nick Nurse and play 8 people in a rotation.
No, say what you just said again. I'm sorry.
Does he not want to win? Does he not want to win a championship? Is it just to make the most money?
Let him finish. Hold on. Wait, J-Rob. Let him go.
If the goal is to win, why not try something new? He doesn't want to play with Nick Nurse in that system. Go to Ty Lue, go with Kawhi, go with Paul George, and give it a damn shot. What are we talking about? I'm lost.
I'm glad you brought that up, Beast Move, because what I'm going to do is the goal is to win an NBA championship. I'm going to leave the league MVP, right, and then I'm going to be in a great situation with the league MVP to go with a guy who both of these guys have been injured. The majority of the time that they've been injured. The majority of the time that they were there
was the league MVP.
The difference between the league MVP being injured, Mook, is that the league MVP was available. These guys weren't available.
But was he injured? Was this?
It doesn't make a difference if he was injured. Everybody's injured in the playoffs. But he played.
Did it? No. But he played injured.
He was there though.
But hold on. Hear what I'm saying? Chill. His injuries hindered his performance, his ability to get the best out of his team. So James Harden going to a team where she can be a third option that can give you the playmaking, the passing. He still got scoring gravity. He's one of the best guys at creating gravity with his scoring threat alone. And on top of that, you got Kawhi Leonard and you got Paul George. Yeah. All he's doing there is getting these guys, feeding these guys the ball, playmaking, and passing. And when he has the one-on-one opportunity, his time is to score. His time is to create. His time is to get to the rim.
Mookie, let me answer that. Let me answer that, Mookie. Mookie, I got two things for you. You ain't praising James Harden right now when you were just criticizing everything about his game a month ago. And I'm talking about you tore him to shreds when they lost that series. And I got you on tape, right? If I played the tape, everybody would say, hold on. If I played the tape, you said about James Harden in that Celtics series, if I played the tape, everybody would say you're a double agent. Let me say this to you, Boot. Let me say this to you. James Harden just left Philly, and he said he leaving Philly because he wants a bigger role with a team, not a smaller role. He wants a bigger role. Him and Doc Rivers got into it. He said he didn't like that Doc wanted him to have a smaller role playing off the ball and being more of a traditional point guard. He said he didn't like that. He just said that. He said that's the reason why he didn't like playing for Doc, because Doc wanted him to play more like a traditional point guard that came off the ball and then let the ball come back to him. He said he wanted to play more like he played before in Houston. That's not fitting to happen if you go to the Clippers unless Kawhi Leonard and Paul George is hurt most of the time, which I think that's what he sees. So he sees an opportunity where these dudes ain't going to be playing a lot of games anyways. I can go ahead and turn up and really get back to doing what I normally do. And he's not. Right, that's the whole. Hold on. That's what J. Rob is saying to be smooth. He's saying to be smooth. Hey, dog, look, you talking about him doing a 15-9 role. He was upset doing a 21-11 role with Philly. That's the reason why he said that he didn't want to play with Doc. He said he wanted a bigger role offensively. So now you want
to on top of ticket. Don't forget, it was literally reported that one of the reasons why James Harden wanted out is because he said when he's going to his next team, he wants to be on a contender, and he wanted the freedom that he has not had in the last two places he was at. The basketball freedom.
Turn him loose.
The basketball freedom. So I don't disagree with you, Be Smooth, in the sense that James Harden can sleepwalk and average 20-10, 15-8. I don't disagree with him being able to do that. But if he goes to the Clippers, we're all sitting here agree he'll be the third option, and he will still have to go and be put in a box again, which he clearly has stated he don't want to do. So I don't see how he can make himself. Ron, I don't see where he could be truly happy. That's my thing. I don't know where he'll be truly happy.
Mookie exact quote on James Harden a month ago. His fat ass can't get separation. He can't blow by defenders and get to the rim. This is a quote.
You ain't making this up. This is from your mouth, Mook.
This is from his mouth. Now, all of a sudden, James Harden, oh man, he can set the table. He can do this. He can do that. Man, get out of here, man. This dude's a joke, bro. Listen, go to Mookie's channel, y'all, and listen to. If Mookie don't block or take down the video right now, go. If he got any kind of
Mookie, don't take it down,
bro. He said he couldn't. When James Harden scored 40, go listen to the next day. He said he couldn't believe that the Boston Celtics defenders let James Harden do that because he was trash. That's what he said. That's what he said. He said he was washed up. That's what he said about James Harden a month ago.
Hold on. But look. I said all of that, and yes, I said it. I ain't denying I said it. But I'm saying that in a situation where he don't have to be the second option, which I believe Philly was expecting him to be, he could be a third option on a team like the Los Angeles Clippers. But he could still give me the playmaking. He still could give me the pass. I did not deny that. Yes, he's not quick as he was on the ball, like bursting out and getting to the rim. He's not quick how he used to be when he was with Houston, because the injuries and stuff like that hinder his speeding. But like I said bro, on the Clippers, as a third option, he can still give me somewhere around 15 to 10, bro, because his playmaking, his passing, the gravity that he has to attract multiple defenders, and he can playmate, bro, at a high level. That's what's something that the Clippers can miss.
He's going to give you more than
Hold on, chill town.
Ron, I got you to ask Mookie one last question, Ron.
The Clippers didn't mess
Hey,
up the
Mook,
whole
I'm sorry.
Mookie.
I'm sorry.
Ron,
What you
ask
say?
Mookie do Tyronn Lue play players who don't play defense? Ask Mookie that. Mookie has consistently said on his channel
Well,
that
he
Ty
play,
does not play players that don't play defense. Now, I want you to ask this question, Ron. Do James Harden play defense, Ron?
Does James Harden play defense, Ron or Mookie?
Yeah. Ron, does James Harden play defense?
You want me to answer?
Yeah.
You don't want me to get on James Harden.
No, I just want you to know. Do James Harden play defense, Ron? Do he play D?
Not a lick of it.
How the hell is he gonna play for Tyronn Lue?
The brother can spell defense.
Hey, if
How the hell
Tyronn
is he
Lue,
gonna play for Ty Lue? Ty Lue requires you to play D.
if Tyronn Lue can play that trash ass Marcus Morris, who should be in China right now, damn near 28 to 27 minutes every single time, which he gets beat off the dribble. He sucks defense. His post defense is terrible, and he can't hit a shot outside the restricted area, man. If he plays that guy damn near 27 to 28 minutes over Robert Covington, then yes, he's gonna play James Harden, bro. That's what Tyronn Lue loves. Point guards. He loves 3-guard lineups. That's what he loves. So he's gonna play James Harden, who, like you said, don't play a lick of defense.
Can we all agree that they need to just trade this brother to the Magic City Clappers? Can they trade him to the King of Diamond Double D's? That's where he wants to go, right?
I just got a difficult time with Smooth telling me that what James Harden do. I mean, Russ was doing that last year when he got on the roster. That 15-9 that you want from James Harden, Russ was doing that.
And he don't even want to do that.
You talking about? I guess so. If you want Russell Westbrook, go ahead. You're gonna have a bad team.
And you talking about more turn? Just so you know, James Harden averaged one less turnover than Russ per game.
Has better IQ as well. Doesn't make dumb decisions on offense either.
One less turnover. So and J-Rob being a football guy, if a dude is throwing one interception more than another guy, I mean that's not that big of a deal. If you're throwing one interception a game, I'm throwing two. I mean, it's not that big of a deal when now if you're playing
on interceptions
here's the difference. Here's the difference.
Football, two turnovers, literally 2 picks can be an entire decision.
Well, here's the difference.
Less possessions in the NFL.
The difference is that the difference is that the quarterback you playing, the quarterback that's playing for I don't know a garbage team, as opposed to a quarterback that's playing for a really good team. Now James Harden is throwing the ball in the stands, just like Russell Westbrook is throwing the ball in the stands. But with that being said, you getting other stuff from Russ. You getting a dude that's going to play hard. You getting a dude that's going to get on the backboard. You getting a dude that's going to make plays. You getting a dude that's just as healthy. So that 15-9, in terms of him throwing the basketball in the stands, I'm probably going to get that from James Harden too.
And Russ going to play D.
And he's going to defend on top of that.
Y'all, can we talk about James Harden on the Heat, though? We talked about him on the Clippers.
No, we can't talk about James Harden on the Heat. No.
I like
that. Let's be real about this Heat and James Harden thing. Can I ask the panel this question? Do y'all think that James Harden is a culture fit in Miami?
No, he's not fitting. He's not passing the fit test. The same test they do with Kyle Lowry.
I don't know if any of you dudes know this, but Pat Riley with the Miami Heat, he has in a contract. This goes back to when Tim Hardaway was playing. Tim Hardaway had a clause in his contract that he had to play at 190 pounds and get a $500,000 bonus in his contract. Shaq had to play at a specific weight. Otherwise, he wasn't getting that. Antoine Walker also had to play at a specific weight. Add that to the fact that you have to be a certain type of individual to play for Pat Riley. Is James Harden that in playing for the Miami Heat? I don't think so. No.
And you want James Harden in Miami? Y'all want James Harden in Miami?
Of all the places, of all the places, J-Rob, I didn't even get to the fact that Miami. So you might as well put him in Atlanta. You might as well put him in New York. How do you think that's going to work?
Hold on. You don't think? Hold on. Chill time. You don't think that fit with Miami don't work with James?
No. It would work. It would work.
I don't think it's
so you telling me the Bam and Harden pick and pop?
It's going to look good, and it's going to look good on the surface. It's going to look good on the surface, but when you start to run up on teams, that have what you have, but go harder, but do a lot more, like what you saw with Denver, like what you saw, like him and Jimmy Butler. I can tell you right now, that thing is going to clash. I really feel like that thing is going to clash. I do not like James Harden in Miami. No, I do not.
He's not willing to sell out Chilltown for the team. That's just all there is to it. He's not willing to sell out.
So what do y'all
That's what
see
needs to
James
be.
Harden
That's what
doing?
really needs to be talked about. What Ticket just said. That's what really needs to be talked about. I think in some way. I agree.
Good, Jay. Kobe said it. The late great Kobe said it. He said, James, you're not gonna win playing that way. James tried it. He tried to switch up. He can't do it either way. He can't because he can't fully sell out for the team and play the way he needs to play to win. And then the way he used to play, that's definitely not gonna win games because once you get to the playoffs, people start to realize once you're a one-dimensional player. So he used to be a one-dimensional player, came down, scored, jacked up a lot of shots, and passed it when he didn't have shots. Then he tried to be a traditional point guard, but then he didn't know when to turn it on and when to turn it off, when he had to go into attack mode or not. Bro, the dude is just a confused cat, man. He's not a winner. He'll be an all-time great player who scored a lot of points, and that's it.
We'll put James Harden and the Dominique Wilkins, Carmelo Anthony. He's going to be in that conversation. That's the conversation he's going to be in.
Y'all telling me James Harden? What team do y'all see? You and Tiggy and Chill. What team do y'all see James Harden on there? Because y'all don't like him on the Clippers. Y'all don't like him on the Heat. What team do y'all actually like him on?
I actually liked him in Philly. I like him in Philly.
I don't like him on no team right now.
I actually liked him in Philly, and I thought that him being the facilitator that he was led the league in assists. He was a 20 and 10 guy, and Joel Embiid should have been better than what he was in the postseason. I think that hindered a lot of that stuff, but I actually like him in Philadelphia. I do.
I did too. I thought he should have stayed in that and figured that out. You got Joel Embiid, you got Tyrese Maxey, you had pieces there. I don't know why you don't just thug it out there. That's where you want it to be. Like that's where you
I like him with the Houston Mars team, the Houston Rockets.
Well, I mean, he got a he wasn't really too happy about what Jalen Green said about him. So
yeah,
and Jalen Green is right.
What Jalen Green said?
But Jalen Green has said on Paul George's podcast that it could be good, it could be bad because there's only one basketball. It can kind of stunt some of the growth of them young players. I really wouldn't bring him back to Houston. I don't even come on, y'all think he could play for Ime Udoka?
Nah, he ain't playing.
Ime Udoka's gonna curse him out. Y'all gotta really understand who James is. Why didn't work in Houston? Worked in Houston because Tony would let him do whatever he wanted.
That's why it didn't work with him and Chris Paul because Chris Paul
Doc Rivers. Yeah, when it went with Doc Rivers, it didn't work because Doc Rivers was trying to tell him, you doing too much. And then you want to go play in Houston with Ime Udoka? Ime Udoka going to tell him to come sit with me and watch what that going to be like. Come on now. I don't know, man.
What about James?
You love it, Mars. You love it, and you love him back in Houston, Mars, with Jalen Green.
Mars, I don't even want that for you, bro.
You love him back there.
I don't even want that for you.
We're getting Fred Van Vliet, man. We're getting Fred Van Vliet.
I'm not mad at y'all getting Fred Van Vliet. Y'all need a vet. Y'all definitely need a vet.
Not for $40 million, J-Rob. You crazy?
Why not?
They got the money.
No, not for no damn $40 million a season.
It's all right.
We have the money to spare. It doesn't really. It benefits everyone. We get a vet. He gets paid. It's like.
Mars, I got $1,000. That don't mean I need to spend it on shoes. What are you talking about?
My thing is, if you're gonna spend that money, why not go and get Kyrie then?
They're gonna meet with Kyrie.
What's the difference?
They're meeting with Kyrie. They're meeting with Kyrie today.
The Houston have so much young talent.
Be smooth and shaking your head, but why not? If you're gonna
Ron. They're meeting with Kyrie.
$40 million.
They need a mentor and a veteran in that locker room.
Caliber player.
No,
they're meeting with Kyrie today, Ron. Since you said that,
how you feel about that? How you feel about that, Mars?
I don't get the pursuit of a point guard when we're trying to develop a Men Thompson. I don't understand.
And I agree. I don't either.
I agree. Yeah, word.
Because I don't see why you take someone with the fourth pick to bring them off the bench for someone who's not going to be there long term. That's kind of weird to me. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't really be pursuing a guard. I'd be pursuing a wing. But if we are to get a guard, I don't mind overpaying for a short term 2-year deal for a guard who's a veteran who can lead.
Who's been to a championship.
That's why I don't mind Fred Van Vliet for 2 years because he's played on championship level teams. He's played for a defensive minded coach. He knows how to work hard. He came from the undrafted in the G League, so he's going to instill a work ethic into the locker room. Mm-hmm. For 2 years, when you're not really going to be pursuing any championship level free agents, I don't see the problem. Now, if it was 4 years at $40 million a year, I'd have a problem because then you're going into the competing years with one of the worst contracts in the NBA. But for 2 years, while you're just trying to uplift the young guys, I don't mind it. Kyrie, on
So,
the other
Bosh,
hand, I don't know if he provides the same things from an intangible level that Fred VanVleet does.
Hey, right quick, Mars. So the person in charge of basically signing off the contracts and signing the free agents calls you and is like, yo, Mars, I got this $40 million. You tell me who to spend it on right now. You're cutting the check, Mars. You're hand selecting your free agent for $40 million a year. Who are you signing?
And it's 2 years, Mars, by the way. It's 2 years. You got $83 million for 2 seasons.
Well, if I had my choice of anyone, I'd probably go for Chris Middleton. That's probably where I'd go.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably bring in Chris Middleton, someone who's won a championship in the last couple of seasons, has played with probably the best player in the world. Also played, I guess, with a defensive coach. Call Bud what you want. And also, I think also being a second round pick, he also understands the purpose of the work ethic. He's also a better player than Fred VanVleet, and he fills a position of need on the wing. So I think if I was going to bring in a veteran like that, I'd probably go with Chris Middleton.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that either, actually.
But they're also talking about Kyle Kuzma over there.
No,
at around 30 million.
No, thank you. Because I don't think you're giving Kyle Kuzma 2 years. I think they'd give him $30 million a year for like 4 years.
I'm about to say he's young.
You
would have to give him I think Kyle Kuzma's looking for like a 4-year deal, something like that.
Someone in the chat said Draymond. Yeah, I didn't even think about Draymond. Yeah, I'd probably take Draymond as well in Houston.
Y'all do need a big watch. Y'all, they need a big in Houston.
I think Jabari to the 3 and play Draymond at the 4. Yeah, I'd do that.
I think ultimately you need vets. These young teams need vets, bro. Like these
that's all it is. I'm just looking at vets who have championship experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like I take one thing. Draymond and Udoka had them boys walking in a straight line down there.
Yeah,
we need some discipline. We need some discipline.
Thank you.
I'll take Draymond Green 2 years and offer him $40 million a year. Why not? He wants that money.
You said Lenny Cook is better than LeBron. No, I can't say that.
How many you keep Ruger Red, whoever you are? Every day he sends that. Every day he sends that chat. Lenny Cook is better. He was better for 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's like saying somebody was better than you in middle school, but then you end up going to the pro.
James Worthy, prime example. James Worthy said about Jordan, I was better than him for 2 weeks.
Hey, I mean, if I was ever better than Michael Jordan, I'd say the same thing.
Right.
Like Scottie Pippen gets to say he was better for a decade, but not many people can do that.
Fire.
Nah, Scotty's tripping. Scotty is wilding.
Oh, y'all crazy. That man said Lenny Cook over LeBron right now.
He wild. And he's saying he sends it every day.
Scotty Pippen mind going right now. You feel me?
Yeah, Pippen going through a lot, man. That girl got half his retirement. That's crazy.
Yo,
I don't think he's tripping on that. Real quick, Ron, take it. I don't think he's tripping on that. And the reason why I don't think he's tripping on that.
Would you be hold on, Ron? If you want to go to bar, Shorty got half of your retirement. Well, she running around with your. Listen, let me break it down real quick like this. Mm-hmm. Ron, if your girl left and went and hooked up with Bob, Big Ox Bob, your boy, that's Big Ox Bob, right? And she comes and takes half of your retirement, are you upset? Now she's with Bob and she's getting half of your retirement check.
Right. Well, first of all, it's not like that. That's not what it's like. Okay.
Okay, it is?
No, it's not like that. It's my ex co-worker is messing around. My ex co-worker son is messing around with my ex-wife. Number two, it wasn't like her and Scottie Pippen were together for like 2 or 3 years. Ticket, you know they was married for 26 years. Not only were they married that long, not only were they married for 26 years, they were married for that long, and she was a kid, which means he got the best years of her. So when this retirement money came about, this wasn't something that happened yesterday. This was something that happened years ago, where he already knew this and was like, you know what, I'm gonna have to do this anyway. So I ain't tripping. It's not like this just showed up. No.
That makes it worse. Hold on, that makes it worse. That makes it worse.
Out here messing with his son. You better.
Which is wild.
She like him young. Next thing you know, she's gonna have one of the Ball brothers next.
Which is wild.
Then she's going for one of Shaq's kids. And then it's going to be
wild.
And then she's going to be in Bronny James DMs. It's wicked stuff. It's wicked stuff.
Meanwhile, her son running around in the NBA while all this going on too. I'm gonna fight you, Mom. Mom, you gotta chill out, man. You gotta chill out, Mom. You wow. I gotta work here, Mom. What you doing? I gotta work here.
Like you're
wow, Mom. I gotta work here. I gotta be around these
just people. So you guys know, this is just the start of this type of stuff. Keep in mind, it is another player whose mom is. You know, it's It's just the start of this. It's just the start. I did not say no names.
It's spooky out here, Ron. It's spooky out here.
It sounds like it is, Ticket. It sounds like
it's about to only get worse. I promise you, it's about to only get worse.
It sounds like it is. Well,
but still, for you to say Scotty,
alone.
Hey, Shield, for you to say Scotty's not affected though, bro, that affects you, bro. I mean, you've been that long with a woman that got 5 kids.
Now, wait a minute, though, Ticket. I ain't saying that he ain't affected. I ain't saying that he ain't affected by his ex-wife with the dude. Yes, that I definitely feel. The money, on the other hand, I think that he already came to grips with that. That's not something that happened. That's not something that happened over the course of like 2 or 3 months. No, he been knew that. He knew that years ago when this divorce was going through.
That ruling just came down. So he just found.
So he already knew it though. This isn't like this is something.
Oh no, he didn't know it was going to happen. No, I'm saying he didn't know
he was going to have to come. Yeah, he knew he was going to have to come off that. Absolutely.
I think it hit hard. I think it hits hard because he not getting the money that Mike got. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you ain't getting the money that Mike got, and you really probably depending on that portion of money for your retirement.
I mean, Ticket, if you were
business though, Ticket, he did his own bad business, and they told him not to do that bad business.
No, I ain't saying that. No, I ain't saying that. I ain't saying that.
I ain't even on that. I'm just talking about this. Ticket talking about the money with the Bulls and
when you're not making money like when you're not making money like what Mike making, like when you comfortable, like we can look at Mike, he comfortable. You know what I'm saying? He can lose some money and he still feel all right. If you Scotty, bro, you ain't trying to keep all the money you can get at this point because he don't have the same type of marketability and promotions and sponsorships and stuff like that and shoes and stuff like that, the brand that Jordan had after he retired. You know, I think that's the one thing Scotty should have focused on more is his brand, after he retired. I think that's where he dropped the ball.
Fact, and he had that shoe with Nike, you feel me? They could have still been retro in them Pippins, like, they could.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying he should have went and got his own. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the one thing I do like that LeVar Ball did. I thought the execution was bad, but I like the idea that he wanted to get his own brand. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Right. Yeah, no, I agree.
So yeah.
All right, fellas. It's a good time to go ahead and get into some super chats. Yep. I also want to talk about a couple other free agent players too. We will get into that later in the show. But as of right now, I want to let you guys know that the show is brought to you by the good people over at Underdog Fantasy. In case you don't know what that is, it's the perfect way to get in on some good NBA action. How can you do that? Well, all you got to do is download the app or go to the website. When you do that, use the promo code. I repeat, use the promo code, the panel. You will then be credited, with some gifts from us and from some gifts from Underdog. You'll use that. Go ahead and, choose higher or lower on whichever player you want to select for their stats for that night. And then after that, money will hit your account. It's fairly simple. It's really simple. Just click that link at the top of the chat. Use the promo code, the panel. But let's get into these super chats right from the top. Jared Sims said, what's the context on you dancing on TikTok, Chill?
It was like a Feel Good Friday. My man Sauce, he a hip hop dude. If you don't know who he is on TikTok, he's a big time creator when it comes to hip hop. And I was just giving the energy back. That's all that was.
Beautiful energy.
Yeah, that's all it was. I was just giving the energy back. Nothing more.
His name Slickback said James Harden is a perfect example of why this new CBA exists. Cats who disrespect the game and the fans. Folks are sick of this BS of team hopping.
Man, they about to make the CBA look bad, bro. Watch. They're going to figure out ways around it.
Ethan, depressed Cavs fan, said, did your dog eat your homework too, Ron? L host. Bad morning. It was a bad morning, y'all.
Ron, they be like, yo, y'all come up here looking fried. I'm like, yo, chill. It's early. It's early on the West Coast, y'all. It's early on the West Coast.
I'll plead the fifth. Jake Thomas said, Mavs still trading for DeAndre Ayton without giving up Kyrie. Big three in Dallas, incoming. Kyrie, Luka, Ayton, let's go. Mavs almost got him on draft night for THJ and Holmes.
Y'all keep believing them, bro? Yeah, Kyrie, listen. Y'all stupider than the Boston Celtics fans. Bro, this is Kyrie Irving, man. This is Kyrie Irving, bro. Bro, listen. With Kyrie, expect the unexpected. The Dallas Mavs fans sitting out here acting like it's a lock. He gonna go back and stuff like that. Man, this is Kyrie, bro. Kyrie, bro. All right. So stop counting your chickens before they hatch, because you're gonna be upset. Go ahead, Chitchat.
And J-Rob was talking about that creating that super team in Phoenix. J-Rob, I'm telling you, the super team era that you talk about, I like I said, I equate it to disco music. It's gonna die, and it's gonna die violently, man. I'm telling you.
I mean,
this super team thing, this is not gonna continue.
Once the teams get that first luxury tax bill, that's
why it's gonna die violently, because you see these quote unquote super teams that are not successful, and what it's gonna cost to continue to keep these dudes together. Nah, man. These teams are not going to keep doing that. They're going to be more homegrown. They're going to draft better, and they're going to pay their guys that are there and develop them, as opposed to getting Bradley Beal on the crew, who's still $200 million more on the books, and that contract going to be hard as hell to move in 2 years, especially when Devin Booker on the books for $54 million in 2 years, and Bradley Beal on the books for $52 million. And I ain't even talk about Kevin Durant. That track going to be hard as hell to move.
I'm hip.
But ain't the money going up? Ain't the cap going up though?
I think the cap goes up this year to 136.
It goes up, but I think I think
136 this year.
It's the penalty from the luxury tax that changed.
Yes, that's the problem.
I think it was like $1. Now it's $3. So now that's, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
The thing I wanted to address from the super chat is that he said big three incoming.
Don't do it, Ron. Don't do it.
I guess.
DeAndre Ayton is a top 10 center. So
hey Ron, them fools think they're gonna get Reggie Bullock for DeAndre Ayton, man. Get these dudes out of here. What the hell wrong with these clowns, man? Bro, he said without giving up Kyrie, man. Get the hell out of here, man. What you think? They're gonna give you DeAndre Ayton for Reggie Bullock and got daggone Clever? Man, sit down somewhere.
Can I ask a question? What if Phoenix really get Kyrie? Like,
they gonna get him. I believe either them or the Lakers gonna get Kyrie. Watch, I'm telling you, it's Kyrie, bro.
I can see it.
You understand? They get Kyrie. If they get Kyrie, if they get Kyrie and they do not win it year one, oh my God, look out! The internet is going to be in disarray.
There is no reason.
This chat is going to be diabolical.
Well, think about it, J-Rob. There is no grace period. So if Kyrie Irving were to get on the Phoenix Suns with KD, with Bradley Beal, with Devin Booker, there is no grace period.
You got to win right now.
There is no grace period. If you don't win it this year, this might be the biggest failure of all failures. It might be the biggest one.
They won't care. KD will come and tell you that you don't know how to judge basketball. That your way of thinking as well. So you see, this is what happened. They'll do that, lose, and then KD will come up here and get upset because of how you think about how he lost. You know what I'm saying? That's what he'll do. Or your way of thinking as well.
Got hurt. Wait a minute, Kyrie Irving got hurt.
Lakers, man, go play with Bron. Don't go play with KD and them. Because you're gonna be the scapegoat. They're gonna say it was your fault if they're gonna win.
His way to get back at the league, though. If you want to do a middle finger to the league for what they did to Kyrie when he was in Brooklyn, go to Phoenix.
Yeah, go to Phoenix.
Be smooth.
Go to Phoenix.
What does Kyrie and Phoenix look like?
A terrible team. Terrible team. No defense being played. No defense being played whatsoever. I mean, what kind of team is this?
Horrible what does the money look like, B Smooth? What does the money
terrible? They're going to be awful in 2 years, and no one's playing defense at all. So it's going to be terrible. First round exit, I promise you.
Well, nobody going to get
first round exit.
Out in round one, B Smooth?
Yeah, they'll be they'll be a 15 and they'll lose in round one. Yeah,
round one. Nobody plays defense in the NBA.
Who is there?
Nobody plays D in the NBA. Nobody really plays D.
That would be a ridiculous failure. And the only way that happens, we're going to have a multitude of injuries and guys underperforming. Is that likely if this crew comes together? Well, let's see. We've seen Kyrie Irving over the last 6-7 years, what he's looked like since he left James. He's broken down plenty of different times. Kevin Durant, he's breaking down continuously as the season, as the years go on. Now Bradley Beal, who didn't play last year because he was hurt, he's still got some good years ahead of him, I think. Devin Booker is the only staple because he's been in Phoenix so long. So is it more likely that these guys are going to break down as opposed to get it done?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think it's more likely that they're going to break down.
Hey, listen, I will say this. Before Kyrie asked for the trade, the Nets were rolling. They had figured it out. They were the second team in the West and the East, excuse me. They were rising. And that's what surprised everybody when Kyrie asked for the trade. Because remember when Kyrie was balling chill, he had made the All-Star team and everything, and then he just asked for the trade because they still wouldn't pay him his money. He saw that time to get his money, and they didn't want to commit to him, so he left. But before he left, him and Katie and them, that was working. You know what I'm saying? They worked. So all this him saying that they don't play no D stuff, they was the second best team in the East at that time when he asked for the trade. So I mean, I do think that in this NBA, it could work in the regular season. I think what it'll get caught up is in the postseason against a very good all-around defensive team. You know what I'm saying? They'll get caught up against a team like Denver that's a better basketball team. But Denver's going to be in trouble because if they lose Bruce Brown, I don't see Denver repeating without Bruce Brown.
Yeah.
If they lose Bruce Brown, they're done. I don't care what nobody
Christian Brown can do a majority of what Bruce Brown did. So
no, he can't. No, he cannot. No, he cannot. No, he cannot. Sorry.
Bruce Brown can do the majority of what who could do?
What Bruce Brown can do. That boy need to be off the air right now for saying that foolishness.
Christian Brown.
Bruce Brown gave you a whole different dimension. Bruce Brown completely took D'Lo out of the Lakers series. Hold on. He completely took D'Lo out of the Lakers series with not only his veteran savvy, but his ability to hit threes, his ability to take you off the dribble, his ability to do all the hustle man stuff. Now, Christian Brown is good. Christian Brown is good, but he's not at the level yet of what Bruce Brown is doing. Bruce Brown been doing this since he's been in Brooklyn.
Hey, I love Bruce Brown. You're overhyping the man like crazy. I ain't gonna hold you. Overhyping him.
Bruce Brown, you overhyping him? He's one of the better rotation players in the game. He was like that when he was in Brooklyn, too.
First round draft pick for a reason. He was a baller in Kansas for a reason. He was a good player in their finals run for a reason. He could do 90% of what Bruce Brown did for way.
He averaged 4 points. What are you talking about?
For way less money. What was that game?
Hold on, he averaged 4 points.
In game 3 of Miami, he scored what was that? 13 points in a fourth quarter.
That was one game of the 5 games. That was one game.
That was all you need to see, and obviously what you saw in the regular season too. Yes, he knew 90% of what Bruce Brown does.
Hold on, what do you mean in the regular season? He didn't do nothing special in the regular season.
Christian Brown, I think, was playing like 17 minutes a game. So you're telling me he can't play 3 extra minutes?
No. I'm saying go ahead, Chill.
Even if he did play 3 extra minutes, you're looking at Bruce Brown, who was more effective. Bruce Brown, who was a better defender. Now we're talking about Christian Brown. We're talking about Christian Brown, who was a rook, as opposed to a seasoned vet. Yeah. Who was more polished, who fit into that system. Even though Christian Brown fit into that system, he didn't fit into that system like Bruce Brown did.
Bruce Brown's a solid player. For the money they're saving with Christian Brown, it's well worth it. Well worth it.
But they're going to have to pay that anyway because, again, we're on a rook deal right now.
Well, yeah, you got 3 more years, though.
Right.
You got 3 more years, though. So I'd rather have that than overpay Bruce Brown, who's going to go to, I don't know, name the team and get
what's overpaying him, though, is the question.
Bruce Brown's probably going to get $14 to $18 million. I don't think he's that good.
My man, Christian Brown averaged 4.7 points per game last year.
Mm-hmm. And played good defense. He could hustle hard. And
hold on. In the playoffs, Christian Brown averaged 3.2 points per game.
What are you doing?
So his production went down. And hold on. I'm about to get to it. I'm about to get to it. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to get to it for you. So in the playoffs, his production went down. Bruce Brown production went up in the playoffs for the regular season. So I don't know what you're talking about. Then let's go to the finals, right? In the NBA finals, since you're screaming about Christian Brown, you know what Christian Brown averaged in the NBA finals, sir?
3 points.
It was like 4 points.
No, hold on. You know what he averaged in the finals? Probably 5.8 points per game. You know what Bruce Brown averaged? 11.4.
It was good. No one's saying a rookie's going to be compared to a guy that's been in the league for 7 years. No one's saying that. But compared to the money moving forward, yeah, I'd rather have Christian Brown than overpay Bruce Brown. And clearly the Nuggets agree so as well. They could offer him more money, but clearly they're not going to. So obviously they agree. They'd rather have Christian Brown.
All right. Cool.
All right, y'all. Jumping back in light of the question I asked Mars earlier, Liban Ali said top 5 players you hate the most and why. I just want to hear one from everybody.
Most hated?
I don't hate any basketball.
The power forward from the Utah Jazz.
Lauri Markkanen?
No, he talking about Malone.
Yep.
Oh yeah. I hate Karl Malone. Yes, I hate Karl Malone.
You can't copy my answer.
I'm copying you. That was a great pick for a good reason.
Danny Ainge. For me, it's Danny Ainge. Like I when I was a kid, I really felt like if I saw Danny Ainge on the street, I'd punch him in his face. I really felt like I can't stand that dude. I couldn't stand Danny Ainge. When I saw Andrew Toney chase him, that's why they call Andrew Toney the Boston Strangler. When I saw Andrew Toney chase him, ready to put hands on Danny Ainge, I couldn't stand that dude. I swear. I remember being a teenager saying, if I ever saw that dude on the street, I'd punch him in his face. I couldn't stand Danny Ainge.
Yeah, damn. Shout out Danny Ainge.
Be smooth.
I guess Draymond Green's an easy cop-out answer. Give me Draymond Green.
James Harden. Got one?
You said most disliked player?
No, a player you hate the most.
Oh, I hate the most.
Oh, that's easy. Ticket. Come on, man.
LeBron James.
No, I ain't gonna say that. No, I do.
He been giving Bron some slack though lately. He been having
I do this.
I'm gonna tell you why. You know the NBA is getting really nasty. Where the NBA is getting so nasty, where we're putting out clips where Ticket be like, I even gotta shout out Bron on this because he ain't even done this nasty. That's how you know it's getting nasty.
It's getting ugly out here.
It's KD. I used to love KD, man, but the way everything has shifted with him. Come on, man. And I wanted KD to do well after he left Golden State, bro. I thought he was going to do his thing in Brooklyn, man. And then when, bro, I KD, bro.
Keeping it pushing. Alan R said Karolinko a better defender than Duncan, by the way.
Man,
you guys didn't know this narrative is being pushed. Thanks to two guys on the.
He don't believe that. He just heard that and he's just repeating it. That's by
it wasn't me or Dub. It was someone else who came on Open Gym who said it.
Yeah, he's just repeating it. That's not true, but
he was preaching.
Y'all know Mars full of it, man.
Evan Abernathy.
Hold on. See, this is why my hair's turning white. Because I got to deal with dudes like Mars on the regular. Because first I got to hear that Scottie Pippen is better than Michael Jordan. And now I got to listen to Andrew Karolinko, a better defender than Tim Duncan. Mars, you take years off my life when you do this stuff, yo. You understand that?
You just got to think about it. Like,
do you understand that?
Take the names off and just think about Andre Karolinko.
Right.
Now imagine he was in Utah where they didn't have the best defense ever around him. Tim Duncan had guys like Bruce Bowen, David Robinson, all of that. Now imagine Andre Karolinko on the Spurs and Tim Duncan on the Jazz. All of a sudden, Andre Karolinko has 15 all defensive teams.
Right.
I mean,
the reason why that logic doesn't work, Mars, is because that defense was built around Tim Duncan.
They would have built it around Karolinko too.
In fact, they tried to do that in Utah with him. They tried to build the defense around him.
Carlos Booz is not cutting.
Right. They tried to build a defense.
Isn't David Robinson?
They tried to build a defense around him. One of the main reasons why the San Antonio Spurs were winning was because how good Tim Duncan was defensively. That team, as good as they were defensively, was anchored by Tim Duncan. Bruce Bowen is an afterthought. I don't know if you know this, Mars, but Bruce Bowen played for 3 different teams before he got to San Antonio. He got cut by the Miami Heat. He got cut by the Boston Celtics. He gets with Tim Duncan, and now he's in that system where I got a big guy that's playing behind me that now I can be a little bit more aggressive. I'm not sure that I can be as aggressive with Andrew Karolinko, who, by the way, Baron Davis threw through the basket, if I'm not mistaken, dunked right on his head.
It happens to the best of us.
It does. It happens to the best of them. Kevin Johnson dunked on Olajuwon, and you know how I feel about Olajuwon. I understand that part. But with that being said, we're talking about a guy in Tim Duncan who anchored some of the best defenses that the NBA has ever seen. Karolinko, who's been I'm not going to say great, but I'm not going to say good. He's right in between that. I don't think those two compare. But the fact that I'm even having this conversation with you, Mars, this is why my hair turning white and I'm losing years on my life because of people like you, man.
Bruce Bowen has more Defensive Player of the Year votes than Tim Duncan.
See what I'm talking about?
So that would show that if Andre Karolinko don't have a teammate who's getting more Defensive Player of the Year than Tim Duncan than him. So imagine giving Andre Karolinko Bruce Bowen.
This man really pushing Andre Karolinko, bro. He really pushing Andre Karolinko.
And
he really pushing AK-47. But this boy is crazy.
You just got to think about it. Like I don't.
I'm trying to think about it, Mars. And I remember Andrew Karolinko. And I remember how good he was at 6'9".
Led the league in blocks as a wing
on a perimeter. Yes, absolutely. I do remember that he was really good as a perimeter defender at 6'9". Right, marginal rebounder at 6'9". He could have been better. at 6'9" as a rebounder.
That's
Really good wing.
He was on the perimeter a lot, so he wasn't as close to the basket.
That doesn't work because I watched Russell Westbrook average 10 rebounds a game at the one.
Yeah, Russell
so
Westbrook's playing in a league where they shoot more threes, so there's more long rebounds, which makes it easier for guards to get rebounds.
And if
Russell Westbrook in the 2000s, he doesn't get as many rebounds as Jason Kidd.
Well, if that's true, Mars, then he's playing in the league at that time where the big man was still prevalent. So we weren't shooting as many threes, which means he should have been crashing the boards even more. Because the offense ran through the big man.
If he's guarding the best perimeter player, it's going to be harder for him to get back and get the rebounds. Whereas Tim Duncan, already close to the rim, it's going to be easier for him to get rebounds. That's why Andre Kirilenko was doing everything. He could guard inside, he could rim protect, and he can play on the perimeter. Tim Duncan, a bit more one-dimensional.
Tim Duncan was not one-dimensional, Mars.
I said a bit more one-dimensional. A bit more.
When you say a bit,
he's not as good on the perimeter as Andre Kirilenko. That's what.
Well, if that's the logic, then Kirilenko is not as good in the post as Tim Duncan was. So, and those two things don't even out either, because I'd like to think that Tim Duncan was a better perimeter defender than Andrew Kirilenko was in the post. As opposed to this guy not being.
I don't agree with that.
Because when I think about and the reason why I say that is because when I think about Tim Duncan on the perimeter, Tim Duncan's ability to recover, that was his best attribute as a perimeter defender.
You only recover if you get beat. Yeah, you only recover if you get beat. Kirilenko's not getting beat in the first place. That's the recovery.
Absolutely, Kirilenko could get beat, but
not as much. So obviously, everyone gets beat sometimes.
Of course, that's my point. And the fact that Tim Duncan being a big playing on the perimeter, his ability to recover was unmatched.
Yeah, Kevin Garnett's was bad.
Kevin Garnett was awesome too as a perimeter defender.
Kevin Garnett and Kirilenko is a closer debate. Tim Duncan, no, he's just a tier.
All right, y'all. Next super chat. this is guy.
You're welcome for getting your money's worth, Alan. You're welcome.
Mars a goddamn troll. Go ahead.
Evan Abernathy said swap DeJounte Murray for Cat.
No.
Anybody want that?
I have absolutely no care to chime in on that.
I don't know why Timberwolves run that team back. I've blown that up.
They spent $400 million on centers.
and they gave up 4 ones for Rudy Gobert ticket. We gotta see this thing through. I know that you want to get rid of it right away, but we ain't getting them picks back. So we gotta see this thing through, unfortunately.
You think so?
Yeah, we gotta see this thing through, unfortunately.
Yo, with that being said, though, seeing it through, Evan, I don't think that's actually a bad move. I wouldn't mind coming off Cat and getting another guard there to play some defense next to Anthony Edwards. Still, obviously, you got Gobert, Jaden McDaniels. I mean, y'all not gonna win shit.
What do you do with Mike Conley?
Let it keep him there. I like Mike Conley with that team. I thought Mike Conley almost Mike Conley
pick up the telephone and call up Minnesota and ask for Mike Conley.
Oh no, here in Atlanta we don't want that either. So that's tough. We need more defenders, not bad ones.
Mike Conley is not a bad defender.
The talent is though.
Oh,
yeah, and Mike Conley, he's at that point where he has 1, maybe 2 years left.
Oh, Beast Moon's a Hawk fan.
I'm from.
He's a Boston fan, but he's in Atlanta.
Live in Atlanta, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were a Celtics fan, so you must be ready for Bronny to come on down there to Atlanta.
Yeah, Bron's coming too, which means I can go to the games. Hey, I'm cool with that too.
Who wants to watch 40-year-old LeBron?
Hey, but hold on though. My thing is,
I do.
Yeah.
You got two.
I do. No, I do, Mark.
Bro, you crazy as he said. I do.
But hey, we got too caught up in the Atlanta thing. I mean, keep in mind it's a draft and it's a lottery. Like
he's gonna go higher than that anyway.
Anything can happen. Like I can literally
he's going top 10, bro.
Overextend. That's what I'm saying. I can see teams and I said this last year. I can see teams overextending and reaching to get Bronny because they know
And Bron signed for the vet minimum. He's signing for the vet min.
So you waste a lottery pick on 1 year of LeBron James.
Right. Yeah. And let me ask y'all this. Don't stop right there, Mars. What if he averages like 8 points, not 9 points his rookie year in school? What if he goes like nobody's talking about that. Nobody's talking about that.
Easily
could very well happen.
Nobody's talking about that. Nobody's saying what if Bronny goes
big time lead. That's a big time lead, yo.
Chill down. This is the part I don't like, right? I'm glad we talked about this real quick. I thought the way they were letting Bronny grow at first on his own was cool. But now, since LeBron and got behind it doing all this promotion and stuff, I think they put a target on his back. Because now, if he does not, let's say he ends up being a very good college player after 3 or 4 years, right? But they rush him and they trying to push him out to 1 year, and he doesn't do good his rookie year. That's going to eliminate pretty much all of the hype that's been around the kid now. Nobody's going to care about him if he has a bad year after this year now. They're going to all say he's a scrub, say he ain't this, say he ain't. Yeah, it is. Because they're projecting to be.
If his last name is James, he's never going to die of hype. I'm sorry. And then you also saw.
Well, hold on. Well, Michael Jordan's son's name was Jordan. Michael Jordan's son's last name was Jordan, and he died of hype after 1 year in school. Hold on. Michael Jordan's son died after that logic is bull crap because Michael Jordan's son's logic died after 1 year in school.
He's going to be a top 15.
That's because Michael Jordan ain't got the genetics like LeBron James. Scottie Pippen's son made the NBA. More proof that Scottie Pippen's better than Jordan, but I digress.
Mars, you're a troll,
I'm gonna put this dude in the sleep. I swear.
He is a troll, bro.
You guys just hate the
but realistically, be smooth. Realistically, though, if Bronny averages like 8 or 9 points this year,
but you realize he's playing with the number 1 point guard in the nation, right? Obviously, he's not going to average 15. He's playing with Collier, so he's going to be the backup or the 2 guard regardless. So sure, if he averages 9 points with great defense, he still get drafted.
And no, that's not true. That's not
true. Derek Lively got drafted averaging 6 points.
Now here's the difference.
Who did he play for? Hold on, who did he play for?
He was at Duke.
Yeah, right. Hold on, talk about. That's different than being at USC, bro. That's 2 different basketball programs. You averaging 6. Hold on, you averaging 6 at Duke versus averaging 6 at USC. That's completely different. You go to USC. You go to USC. You go to UFC. Bronny's supposed to be putting up 14, 15 points his rookie season at that school.
Playing with Collier, how is that even going to happen? What are you talking
about?
Now
remember too, be smooth. We're in a situation. He's not sending him to USC for the opposite of that. He's going to USC. They got to make this thing work because if they don't make this thing work, then now what that's going to do down the line, you're going to lose recruits because if you screwed up this kid's son, you're going to screw up other people's. So they have to make this thing work with him. They got to
making the thing work? Is that going?
They got to run the offense through him. They got to run the offense through him. I know they're not. I know they have to give him every opportunity to play immediately, and they got to put him in every position immediately to be good. Right from the beginning.
Bronny's a good enough jump shooter where I think he'll be fine.
I think he will be too, but I do think he needs to go to school. I 100% believe that.
You think he should be there 2 years or just 1 year?
I think he'll be one and done. I think
J-Rob, he's naturally a 3-4 years. He's naturally 3-4 year student, bro.
He's not gonna be
bro. If his name, hold on, J-Rob. If his last name wasn't James, he would be a 4-year student. Let's just talk basketball, J-Rob. Let's just talk basketball. Let's talk basketball.
I know. I feel the only reason I'm like I don't feel that way 100% is because we have seen him against the best competition. He wasn't even the best player. He wasn't one of the best players on his own high school team. And then hold on, let's say this right. Think about this right here. Think about this right here. The one thing you got to think about when you think about Bronny is this too. He's undersized guard. That's a 6'2" guard. So when you're an undersized guard, you have to be able to be extraordinary in order to get moved like that. When you see dudes that went into the league that like everybody's saying Zach LaVine averaged 10 points. Zach LaVine was at UCLA. That's one of the premier colleges in the country. USC is not a premier basketball school. So when you're talking about a school that's not a premier basketball school, now it's different. Now you have to put up those numbers. Now you expect it because think about this. If his last name wasn't James, he wouldn't even have been a McDonald's All-American. There were kids that didn't make the McDonald's All-American that should have made it over Bronny, but he made it because his last name was James. So these are facts. So when you think about this stuff, bro, I also see him versus Team USA. He wasn't looking like no chump. Like
doesn't matter. That's different. That's different when you got to play a whole season. That's different when you play a whole season in college, bro.
No, I know.
You got to play.
I don't disagree with your analysis at all, bro. Like I respect it. It's just I've looked at I watched him in Team USA. I watched him against Ahmed and Asar Thompson against when they played against that OTE team. I just feel like, yes, does he probably benefit from nepotism? Hell yeah. I'm not even going to discredit that. But at the same time, I've seen just a few flashes where I don't want to be pessimistic to the opportunity or to the idea that he could end up being a lottery pick.
Hold on, J-Rob. I like his game. I'm just saying he's not one and done.
He's not, bro. Everybody in this chat room, Ron, everybody just watch Bronny. You know in your heart he's not one and done. He's not, bro. Bro, listen, if he was at Duke right now, he probably wouldn't even start. Let's just be honest. If he was at Carolina, would he start? Would he start at Kansas right now? Would he start at Kentucky? Y'all now see these are the questions y'all ain't even asking yourselves. Would he start? Would he start? Hold on. Would he start at UConn right now? These are the questions y'all gotta ask yourselves.
I don't even know if he's gonna start at USC.
I'm gonna just say right now, I'm the biggest UConn basketball fan in here. Obviously, I went to the school. I've been watching that team forever. He would play at UConn right now. I'm telling you, he would play.
I like Bronny.
UConn's one of the best schools. UConn's one of the best schools when it comes to developing guards, for sure.
I like Bronny. I like Bronny, and I like his game. I think that they should let him develop more. I think they're trying to rush him, and that's when dudes become bust. Is when you try to rush dudes and put them in a space they ain't ready to be in, and you up expectations higher than what they're supposed to be, bro. They're gonna have all this dude's games on national TV this season at USC. So, and think about this: if he doesn't perform to that level, right? I'm telling y'all this, bro. They're gonna destroy this kid, man. And it's wrong because he should be able to not be rushed just because he got to play with his daddy. He should be able to go through the system. I think he's good enough to where if he's a 3 or 4 year player, he's an NBA player easy. I think so.
So, Ticket, can I ask you a question? My bad, Chill. I just want to ask one thing. You saw Westbrook. He wasn't a starter. D Book. You know, them guys got drafted off what they.
He played at UCLA, and look who he was with. He was with one of the premier.
Okay, I see what you're saying. That's one of the best programs in the history. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Hey, but USC is a good. They're slotted to be a good program this year. They got number one recruit or number one point guard who in mock drafts he slotted to go top 5. Some got him top 3. They got a couple other transfers coming in. I don't know if Boogie Ellis, I don't know if he was a senior last year, but I don't know if he still has another year of eligibility just due to COVID and whatnot. But he was a big time recruit coming in, played at Memphis. They got Dennis Rodman's son, DJ Rodman. He's transferring over from Washington State. He's one of the bigger transfers. And then they got somebody else too. I can't remember, but they got a solid squad.
What was USC? What was USC the last 5 or 10 years? Where have they been at?
Top of the pack. I think last year.
I mean, they made a tournament a few times though. Ticket. They made a tournament.
Yeah. No, I'm saying
they made a solid run last year. I think.
All right. So here's my whole point right here, right?
But I get what you're saying. They not doing.
What do y'all think? Hold on. Honestly, let's take the James off his name. And I like Bronny. I think he'd get drafted after 2 or 3 years, 3 or 4 years in school. What do y'all think he does next year? Honestly, if you take James off his name, what do you think he does next year in his first year?
What is he average?
I can tell you what I don't think he does. I don't think he tears the Pac-12 up. I'd be surprised if he went and wrecked the Pac-12. So are we talking about a dude that's maybe 8 to 12 a game? I'd be surprised if he was like 15 to 17 a game.
I'd be surprised. I could see the 12 points a game.
Yeah, I can see 8. I can see between 8 and 12 a game. I can see that.
I honestly, Ticket, I think he'll shoot the 3 at like 38 to 40%, yo.
I do 40, but
I can see that.
I'm gonna give him the 38 on the low side, be smooth, but I'm gonna say 40 to just optimistically. I'll say 40, but I'm saying between 38 and 40.
He already shoots better than his dad.
Oh yeah, easily. At this point, easily at this point, shoots better than his dad.
And I think we also taking off the table that this is James's dream. We don't know if this is Bronny's dream, like. Right. And it's bad enough I got your name, right? I mean, am I sure that I want to play with you? Maybe I do want to go to school, and maybe he might get the USC and figure out that, I do like it here. I don't think I'm ready for the pros just yet.
That boy gonna like USC.
Right. He might figure out that.
Right there. Don't stop. Here's the thing that Ron, here's the thing that y'all ain't factoring in. The pressure he's going to be under and the target he's going to have on his back from other people too, trying to show him up. Every single game he steps out on the court, somebody else is going to be trying to show him up, get the best of him, lock him down. The other coaches and people are going to be trying to. So now we're going to see if he can elevate his game over that. Like if Bronny comes out here and has a great rookie season, man, then sky's the limit. If he comes out and is mediocre, because remember, they're going to talk about him on ESPN every day like he's a pro. And now you're going to be able to tell, like when you have a father like that, bro, you got, and to be able to have to live up to those to those standards, they are already setting that now. Every time I look on ESPN, they posting stuff about Bronny being in the league right now. This dude ain't even played a college game.
I mean, it's a lot of.
But he's always had that target on his back, no?
No.
Even if it's going to be different now from high school to college.
Yeah, he was quiet. He was quiet
because you're dealing with number one, you're dealing with better players, and not only are you dealing with better players, you're trying to get to the next level. And a lot of these dudes in college are not going to the next level. So what their claim to fame is going to be is, I kicked James' ass. That's going to be my claim to fame. So with that being said, you got a lot of kids that have gone to college. Carmelo Anthony is a prime example of that. Carmelo Anthony went to Syracuse, won the national championship. He was not interested in going to the NBA. He wanted to come back to school. Yeah. Jim Boeheim made him go because he said, "Yo, you're gonna be one of the first 3 guys to go in the draft.
Like, you gotta go."
He had to go. He didn't. He wasn't. So I'm thinking about James in the aspect that James may be at USC and realizing even if he does have a great season, realizing that, you know what, I really like it here. I like being 19 years old and hanging around other 19-year-old kids and people my age. I don't know if I'm ready to play pro basketball yet. He might dig being a college player.
Bro, they saying I'm hating Bronny because I'm saying that he probably won't be a one and done, in my opinion. That's not hate, bro. That's my. I like Bronny. I like Bronny.
That's definitely a good analogy.
You're not hating, bro.
Ron, what you can do is they keep comparing dudes that's like 6'8", 6'7", 6'6", that average 10, 11 points their first year. Bronny is 6'1", 6'2" at best. It's different when you're an undersized guard. Bronny's not a point guard. He's a 2 guard that's undersized. So he's gonna have to put up.
Hey,
what's his position in the NBA? What's his position in the NBA, y'all?
Probably a combo guard.
Combo guard, yeah.
No. Y'all say combo. I'm saying no. Can he run the point?
You have to be a point guard. He would have to be a point guard.
He's gonna have to get some playmaking ability. He's gonna have to learn how to lead the offense.
That's the thing. He doesn't have to get some playmaking ability. You got to watch him play, Ron.
Yeah, he's a good playmaker already.
He is a listen. I'm gonna say this about Bronny James. I can't for sure say he's gonna be a lock to be a one and done, and he may need to stay for 2-3 years. But I'm gonna say this from what I've seen from his game. One, this kid cares about playing defense.
Yeah,
he can shoot the. She can shoot the ball, not like kind of shoot it. He can shoot it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He has. You can tell he got a. You can tell that he's watched a lot of. He's been around the game. You can tell he's been around the game. I think he's a high IQ basketball player. Now, where he lands in the draft, I don't know. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and say that between his and he's athletic as hell. I think he does have enough tools in his toolbox ticket that if with good coaching and if it's refined, I still think the sky's the limit. And he's probably about 6'3", closer to 6'3", 6'4" ticket.
You've seen him before, right? You seen him before?
I've seen him once, but this is maybe a year and a half ago.
How tall are you?
I'm about 6'3".
And how tall was Bronny taller than you?
At that time, I'd probably say it was about the same height. Honestly, swear.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's.
That's what his shoes. That's what his shoes on, right?
Shoes on, yeah, shoes on.
With his shoes off, he's like 6'1.5", 6'2".
Well, we don't play basketball with our shoes off, though.
Ticket the one.
No. They measured. Hold on, they measured Wembanyama with his shoes off just now. 7. He ain't the tallest player in the NBA.
Yeah, 7'3.5".
They took that 7. They took that inch and a half off of him. They took that 7'5" off his ass, Chilltown.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
That would mean he's like 75 in shoes.
Yeah, shoes.
Hey,
because they put him as being the tallest guy, but he's not taller than Marjanovic. Marjanovic is 7'4" without his shoes on. That's crazy.
That's Boban.
Yeah,
big Boban.
Yeah, Boban. Yeah, he's huge.
So yeah, that's how they measure with the combine. Now they doing it without your shoes on now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just gotta see him. I just gotta see him when he's in school. From what I've seen in high school, I immediately felt like this kid needs to go to school. He is not ready. I felt like that. Now, I don't know what that leap is going to look like after 1 year, and it wouldn't bother me if he went back to school after 1 year. That would not bother me at all, as opposed to him being at USC for 1 year and averaging 6 or 7 points, and we're going to throw him out there. Because, again, he's going to be around way longer than his father. Which means that, if we're going to rush this kid, we don't want to rush this kid and screw up his career because we want him to play with you. I don't want to do that.
Say that again, Chill Town, for the people in the back that do this in the super chat just now. He talking about because I said he don't force his offense, he whack. I never said Bronny was whack. Stop lying.
Ticket ain't been here hating, bro.
Stop putting words in my mouth. All I said is they shouldn't be rushing the dude to be a one and done, and we haven't seen him. He wasn't like a 30 or 30 point player in high school going to college. What did Bronny average at Sierra Canyon? What did he average?
I think this year he averaged 14.
I was thinking like 14 a game. I think like 12. 13.
He plays on a stacked team.
Like 12 points.
He's on a stacked team, though. He's not going to average 40.
Right. No. I'm saying, but hold on, listen. Right. So what I'm saying is this: he had about 3 or 4 players on his team that was better than him. Right. Okay. Cool. Now you're going. Hold on. Now you're going to school, and they're saying that you got to be the man because you're supposed to be a number one. You're supposed to be a first round draft pick. They're projecting you to go 17 overall.
He's not going to be the team.
No. Wait, hold on. So if he's not the man on USC, how the hell is he going to be a top 17 pick after his rookie year? If you say he ain't going to be the man on that team this year,
because he's still going to play high level defense and shoot the ball really good, so he can still get drafted just on that alone.
And there've been guys who aren't the man that got drafted after 1 year. I mean, Devin Booker came off the bench.
Tyler came off the bench
at Kentucky. And
Tyler Hero came off the bench.
Say it again. Hold on. Say it again. At Kentucky.
Yeah, at Kentucky.
USC is a good
level. Kentucky's bench can start at USC right now. So let's just keep that 100.
What I don't want to disregard is the other. It's not like he's just coming in and he's going to play with a bunch of freshmen. No, they got some other guys on that team too. They got some juniors. They got some seniors on that
transfers coming.
And they got transfers coming in also that are going to be really good players. So the thing I want to reiterate is I don't want to rush this kid just for the sake of playing with his father because he's going to be around way longer than his father. I don't want to screw him up. That's all I'm saying.
That's fact. That's all I'm saying. But they get mad, talking about I'm hating and stuff. Nobody hate, man. I think he's a great kid. I think he's a very good basketball player. I just don't think they should rush him to try to be this first number 1 pick because what you do is now if he don't live up to that, everybody gonna be trying to say he's a bum, and he ain't. That's where y'all making a mistake in the comment section.
He's not a bum. No, he is not. That dude can go.
He's not a bum.
No. I'm saying Chilton. If he don't meet the expectations they put the ESPN and then putting on this dude, they're going to say he's a bum. See what I'm saying? He's overrated.
That's the tag he's going to end up getting.
That's how I feel about.
Not because he can't play. I see what you're saying, Ticket.
That's how I feel about Wembanyama in some ways. I feel like
not because he can't play, but they screwed him up.
I agree. I feel like
they overhyped him.
I think the media
they overhyped him. Yeah, they should have let him grow. No, I'm saying they should have just let him grow. To me, naturally let the kid grow. And I think Bronny's his game is so good all around. He's a smart player. He got a good all-around game that he would have blossomed just by letting him grow. And naturally, when he's ready, go. I don't think you push the kid like that. I think you push a kid that's a superstar off the rip. That's the type of kid you push.
J-Rob, I disagree with you with Wemby. Wemby is one of those guys that he doesn't need school. He's ready. There's no reason for him to be in school.
No, I'm talking about the expectation part of it. Like, I know with Wembanyama, like, for example, like Bronny, let's just say this, if Bronny don't even end up getting drafted this year, right? Let's just say he is a 2-3 year college basketball player. Then people are going to violate him. They're going to say he's not that good. He's not great. This is that. All those people who are like, I told you so about Bronny, they're going to be popping out of the woodwork. And the reason why I bring up Wembanyama is because in terms of like the NBA, Victor Wembanyama can win 1 championship and go to a few All-Star games and make a few first-team All-NBA teams. But if he's not considered one of the 3 greatest players to ever play basketball, by the way they've talked about him, I think people will say people will say his career wasn't like, bro, if he turned out to be Anthony Davis, or if he turned out to be Kevin Garnett, 1 ring, crazy,
We already heard Chris Broussard say if he was Olajuwon, his career is a failure.
How can you be a team Olajuwon and your career be a failure? You understand what I'm saying? That don't even make sense to me.
No, that's dumb to me. I don't get that.
But this is the thing. They're literally saying that even if he go to the Hall of Fame, even if he's a Hall of Famer, it can still be a failure. Wild. That's wild to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, how are we living in this era where people are really like, yo,
that's something that we got to get. That's something that we got to get Chris Broussard to walk back.
We got to walk back. Hey, Ron. Last thing, a lot of dudes. Hey, Ron. The last thing, a lot of dudes that's in the NBA is over measured. Too. I think that should be stated. A lot of dudes in the NBA that they say is a certain size, they ain't really that size. When you see him in person, they're not really that size. Now, like guy like KD, he's really 6'11". You know what I'm saying? But you know, some of these guys that they say is 6'10", 6'11", 6, they're not really that size. You know what I'm saying? And so I think
like
what you say?
Kobe Bryant is every bit of 6'6". I stood right close to this dude. He's every bit of that.
I said that's the Kobe Bryant courtside. That man is 6'6", bro.
He a bit of 6'6". Ain't nothing 6'4", 6'5" about him. He was a bit of 6'6", 100%.
But D Wade is a few inches shorter than Kobe though.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Dwayne Wade and I showed you the picture. Dwayne Wade and I are the same size.
So you got to be about 6'4", right, Chill? Yeah. So that puts it like that. So yeah, I do agree.
How tall are you, Ticket? Who you like 6'8"?
6'9".
Ticket like 6'9". Yeah, Ticket like 6'9".
Yeah, I figured. Sheesh. Can you still dunk, Ticket? Keep it a buck.
And I still
dunking,
bro.
I'm just asking, bro. I'm just asking. You know I gotta ask, bro.
You want to get your money?
I want to go outside, bro. I want you to come to the rim. I want us to be at the rim. See if I can.
I don't gotta go outside. We can go inside. We go into the arena and do it.
Yeah, let's do it in the arena. I'm with it.
Listen. I want to say this to you, bro. You got 60-year-olds that's out here still dunking, bro.
Nah,
that's
for real.
You saw that documentary with Doc. You saw that documentary with Dr. J. Doc, 62 years old, could still. Doc was 62 years old when that documentary came out. He could still dunk the ball at 62.
I still think Shaq can dunk right now.
He could.
I think he
with
could
a bad
too.
hip. With a bad hip.
I think he could too.
Now somebody who couldn't dunk. That's Charles Barkley. He can't dunk no more.
No.
He's done, son. Charles Barkley is done. Guys like that, guys like Sean Kemp, they done. You can package them up.
Shout out to Sean Kemp, man. Seattle legend, bro.
Facts. But he ain't dunking no more, though.
Yo,
right, let's get into these super chats. It's about that time. Pimp named Slickback said Harden about to wake up 50, having nightmares. The brother turned down $250 million. That's generational bag fumbling right there.
He's made so much money though.
Ain't no dough, J-Rob. You don't turn on that kind of bread because ain't no guarantee I'm gonna get that bread back. No, man.
I don't disagree.
I ain't leaving that money on the table, yo. No, And my people ain't letting me leave that money on the table. They don't care about no damn championships. Hell no.
Shit, dudes being rapping out here too. They blowing money fast too. Yeah.
I don't know. Ask Travis Kelce that. He choose chips over the bread.
Yeah, but what they gonna do for
that's for right now. That's for right now.
Draymond Green ain't been on some team friendly vibe.
But you see what's going on with Draymond Green right now. He want his money.
He want that bread.
Draymond Green want his money.
But they're going to give him that bread because they got Jordan Poole up out of there. They said, I just want y'all to know if Jordan Poole's making more bread than me, I won't be in a Golden State Warriors uniform. That's what
But you just took CP and you got to pay Clay, so they got problems.
Big problems.
So would you give Clay a long-term extension?
Damn right. That's the immortal Clay Thompson.
I'm paying
that man too old now. I ain't know about.
I'm paying Clay. Well, guess what? Hold on. B Smooth says that, but Clay still put up the same numbers he put up for his whole career last year. He just had a bad series against the Lakers. If you look at Clay's whole career, he put up the same stats he put up his whole career while he's in his prime last year.
$100+ million.
Hold on. He put up the same stats his whole career last year.
With worse defense.
You said what?
Worse defense. I'm not paying that man. What are you thinking? 35 mil? I ain't paying that. No shot.
All right. Well, somebody else will.
You're gonna let Clay walk out of there.
Not instead of paying him 35 mil for what, 3 more years? I'm straight.
No, we gotta figure. We gotta figure it out.
We gotta figure it out. We gotta figure it out. Be smooth.
Yeah, be smooth. You wild with that, yo. We not letting Klay Thompson just walk out the front door. No,
you can't let him walk.
I know you don't like the number. I know you don't like the number 30. I know you don't like 30 million at a season for a guy at 33 years old. I can appreciate that coming off the injuries that he came off of. But we can figure something out because we're not letting him just walk out the front door.
You gotta figure it out. You gotta figure it out.
I'm cool with loyalty, but you can find some shooters anywhere. I'm sorry.
You're not finding that shooter. You're not finding that shooter just anywhere. Don't do that.
I saw him in the Lakers series. I feel like you can find that shooter anywhere. Yes. Yeah.
You said what?
I see him in the Lakers series. I think you can find that shooter anywhere.
So we judging guys off one series now?
We do a lot.
Be rough right now, man.
Hey, Klay Thompson averaged a career high last year almost. He averaged 21.9, 4.1 rebounds, and 2.4 assists per game last year.
That was hold on. That was Clay's. Hold on. That was hold on. Clay hadn't scored that since 2016 season when he averaged 22.3.
It's not the same Klay Thompson from 3 years.
And that's still the second worst season he's had.
Clay shot 41% from the three this year.
So now look at him 3 years from now. What year is that? 2026? And you're paying him $35 million?
Well, I'm saying Clay shot 41% from the three this year. That's right on par with what he shot in 2013. That's right on par with what he shot in 2016. That's right on par with what he shot in 2018 before the injury.
I just don't like how you just say you can find any. I just don't like you can say you can find any shooter anywhere. Like
you can find a lot of good shooters in the G League.
You're not finding. You're not
players that are more athletic and some defenders. He's a good shooter. But let's ask him 3 years from now.
He's not as athletic. He's not a good find a replacement for Klay Thompson out of the G League.
You could find a good shooter that's way more athletic. Yes. Could you find a good defender? Yes. And not pay him $35 million.
So essentially, what you're telling us, I'm all about value too. So essentially, what you're trying to tell us is that
the G League is disrespectful, bro.
Klay Thompson is the equivalent to a G Leaguer.
Hey, I'll take Scoot Henderson over Klay Thompson.
No one said that. But Jalen Green, the G League, a couple years ago, sure, I'd rather have him, even though he's not a better shooter than Klay Thompson.
And it took how long has it taken him to develop into what he's developed?
Now, with NBA right now is in New Orleans.
He's not worth $35 million. You're not in the luxury tax paying him. A guy who's 36 years old in 3 years.
Okay, so and it's interesting you bring that up too, Beast Move, because in 3 years that $35 million might be a value. $35 million today ain't gonna be what it is in 3 years.
That's a fair point. We'll see about that.
I don't know. That might be nasty. That might be nasty stuff, Beast Move.
I'm trying to keep my money tight. I'm not trying to just throw my money around. I don't know.
I might just have to. I don't disagree.
Hey, so hold on. Hey, put Beast Move on a diamond tester. Who's the guy you can replace Klay with? Just give me an example. One guy.
Give you a goddamn. I think Max Struss is a good player. I think
hell no. Bro, Ron. He is the weakest link, Ron. He is the weakest link. He is the weakest link, Ron. He is the weakest link.
Wait, hold on. Hey, what did you say? What did you say?
I'm getting him out.
What did you say, J-Ron?
He's a clown. He's a clown.
I'm getting him out. I'm getting him out. Hell no. Hell no.
Hey,
hell
no. Hey, what did you say? What did you say?
Bring these before
Hold on. Can I?
Not no J-Rob. What J-Rob?
Hey, can somebody tell me what he said?
No J-Rob, but what J-Rob?
I'll say what I said.
Bro,
I'd rather pay Max Struss.
Wow, this man said Max Struss, man.
I'd rather pay Max Struss $10 million to play Klay Thompson $35 million for 3 more years.
Boy.
I'd rather do that. Max Struss. You can put him in
Max Struss going to get a $50 million deal right now, sir. Sorry.
Chill. He really think Klay a G League player, bro.
I didn't say That's what it sounds like.
He thinks he's a G League player.
That's what it sounds like. I could get three G League players and get the same value. That's what it sounds like, Beast Move. Clean it up. Okay, Beast Move.
Clean it up. Bill Belichick, I'm a Patriots fan. Bill Belichick.
Be Rocky right now.
Trade a player a year too soon than a year too late. I'd rather get a worse player, sure, now than suffer for 3 years from now. 100%. Look what happened with Chris Paul's contract. Look what happened with Bradley Beal's contract. I'd rather have smaller guys that can do the same thing and play to their category like a Max Struss than pay Klay Thompson $35 million when he's 30.
Max Struss is not shooting the ball like Klay Thompson.
There's not the same chemistry with Steph as Klay Thompson.
You're talking about chemistry, sure. That's a fair point. But I'm talking about the money side of it, just the money.
Right. Okay.
No, I'm saying that's a big part of how the Warriors work, though.
You're talking about from a business standpoint.
Purely money. If
from a business standpoint, what it sounds like is I could get 3 value meals right now and leave this steak on the table.
Yes,
that's what that sounds like.
No one said.
And I'm going to get the same nourishment from these 3 value meals than this steak in 2 years. That's what it sounds like.
You're telling me. Hold on.
He want a 4 for 4. He want a 4 for 4 from Wendy's instead of going to Ruth Chris.
I'm still full though. Regardless, you're telling me Klay Thompson's going to be a steak in 3 years? What are we lying to ourselves for? That's not true.
He's a steak right now, though.
He's a steak right now, but he won't be in 3 years. We still got to pay the same damn money.
And we don't know. And Max Struss, by the way, Max Struss, who we saw this season and last season, what we saw from him in the playoffs specifically. What? I'm sorry.
Yo, did you watch Max Struss?
Hold on. Hey, Ron. Hold on. Ron, did you see the comment where they said Beast Move need to be hospitalized?
Hey, I'll take it.
That's crazy, dog.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I just think it's so nasty, though, bro.
Y'all tripping on Max Struss, honestly.
What I'm tripping off of is the fact that the first thing you said was, yo, I could just go to the G League.
I didn't
go
know
to the
that.
G League.
I was trolling.
Yo, bro, so I go to the G League. I get a shooter.
So J-Rob, instead of taking homegirl out to like an actual dinner, like, yo, you know what? We could probably go to McDonald's and we can probably get the same thing.
Right.
Saving money, right? My confused. Come on.
Smooth, yo, you wild as hell.
He's like, yo, where do you want to go? Where you want to? Like, where you want to go to eat? And I'm like, I want to stay. Like, matter of fact, I know exactly where we should go. He pulling up to the drive-thru. Welcome to McDonald's. Take your order.
He tried to get it 2 cheeseburgers for $2.
He just trying to check to make sure she love him for him.
Here we go.
Bro, so cheap. Bro, so cheap. You wouldn't even take her to get $1 slice, man. Bro, so cheap. Be Smooth, so cheap. He wouldn't even take her to get $1 slice, man.
He trying to make sure. He trying to make sure she love him. That's all.
No,
I like Ox. Shout out to Ox.
Be Smooth, wild as hell right now. I gotta chill out.
Yo, Be Smooth is crazy. The G League was crazy.
All right, G League.
Yo, fellas, in light of this whole thing, I got a start bench cut for Be Smooth.
What's good, man?
And I want to hear from you, Mars. It's just ironic that we've been talking about him, and my man Drip Bayless sends in a super chat that says start bench cut, Melo, Klay, or the truth.
Oh, that's easy. Come on now.
Super easy.
I'm gonna start Paul Pierce, bench Melo, and then we can cut Klay Thompson.
Cut the G Leaguer?
Yeah. Okay, he's not a G Leaguer, but cut Klay Thompson, sure. He's gone.
Mars?
He got it correct.
Does anybody else disagree?
I'm good with that.
I disagree. I start Carmelo because I think he's better than Paul Pierce without the help. Paul Pierce wasn't doing nothing much until he got KG and Ray Allen. Before then, he had Antoine Walker, who was an all-star for years. They didn't do anything. So
they went to the conference championship ticket just like Carmelo Anthony did.
Right, no, but I'm saying I still thought Melo. I still thought Melo was better. I still thought Melo was better than Paul Pierce. So I start Klay Thompson. He's the only guy that's winning out that whole group. I bench Melo and cut Paul Pierce.
Well, the only way
that was a crazy left turn. What?
The reason why I say that is because I thought Klay Thompson was a huge part of the reason why they won most of the championships they won. Without Klay doing the stuff he did, I don't think they win any of those championships. Then you look at, I go from that just the championship, I go to next Carmelo. I think that Carmelo, who's the better player between him and Paul Pierce? I think Melo was better than Paul Pierce, but I think Paul Pierce will get a nod from a lot more people because he played with KG, Rondo, and Ray Allen and all the rest of those guys they had. Melo never had a team like that. You know what I'm saying?
But would Klay have those championships without Steph and Draymond?
I'm saying, but Klay wasn't. He was the second best. He was the main feature on most of those squads, except for when KD came. But on most of those squads, he was the main.
That's not even true.
He wasn't the second best player in 2022.
Hold on. Last year,
the second best player in 2017 or 2018. So at best, it's 1 year.
Hold on. Let me answer that right now, then, Mars. Last year during the playoffs, Klay still averaged right at 20 points per game during the playoffs last year, and he averaged 4 rebounds and around 2.3 assists, 1.1 steals. Well, if you come to me, if you come to me and you'll say no, Andrew Wiggins was the second best player. That's what you're gonna say, right, Mars?
Well, I think Klay Thompson was the 4th best player, but that's neither.
No, I'm saying, but you're gonna say
Andrew Wiggins is.
No, I'm saying you're gonna say Wiggins was the second best player in the playoffs last year, right?
No, I'm gonna say it's Draymond, but we'll go with Wiggins for this. So yeah.
So you think Wiggins was 3rd then?
Yes, I think Klay was 4th.
Hold on. Okay. Hold on. So
when they won the NBA championship.
Wiggins only averaged 16 and a half the year they won the chip in the playoffs.
That's beautiful. You know what I do is I watch the games with my eyeballs.
I watch the game too.
I don't just look at the box. I just like score more points.
I'm not saying that. Hold on, Mars. I'm not doing that, Mars. I'm not doing that. I'm still saying I think that Klay Thompson's game and the energy he draws
also helps guys like Steph Curry get off.
Yeah, and
I think, hold on.
Andrew Wiggins being the best perimeter defender on the team. I'm like, that's more valuable than Klay Thompson bricking threes. I'm like, yeah, that's more valuable.
Oh, I said that.
I look at Andrew Wiggins getting rebounds. I'm like, that's more valuable than Klay Thompson running around.
That was more valuable. That was more valuable. Wiggins probably he was second. He was second for.
We don't just look at the points per game average and say this guy was better. We don't do that.
Hold on, you said Wiggins. Hold on, you said Klay Thompson bricking threes. Klay Thompson almost shot 40% from three in the playoffs last year.
Okay, that means he missed 60% of it.
Nigga, but what you call it wasn't even close to that. Wiggins.
That means he missed it. I'm not saying Wiggins is a better shooter than Klay. I'm not saying that. I'm saying he's a better player.
No, I'm giving you the defensive end. I'm saying what Klay does offensively, plus the attention that Klay draws that helps everybody else get off. I think that's more valuable than Wiggins.
Yeah, that's incorrect.
I ain't gonna lie.
For example, I think if you take Klay off those teams, then the Golden State Warriors second round exit.
Yeah, I don't know about this last one though, Ticket, because what about you got to look at Wiggins' defense against Jason Tatum too, though.
No, I'm with you. Hold on, Bob. Understand what I'm saying? I'm not arguing. Hold on, I'm not arguing with you about. I'm talking about the impact of Klay Thompson. I'm saying if you take, I'm saying with Klay being on the court, he changed how every other team got to play guys like Steph in those.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
So I'm saying his value. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying he still to me was the second best player because even if Klay ain't knocking down all these shots,
I'm only talking about this last ring though. I'm not talking about the previous three. I'm only talking about this last ring.
Even with the last ring, the energy that Klay Thompson draws on the court helps everybody else.
What's more impactful? Mars, he was the second best player.
Saying as Golden State were winning the chip that Wiggins was the second best player on the team. I don't know how this has happened.
Even if that's true, Mars, he was the second best player in 19 too before he tore his knee up because KD was out. But and he tore his knee up too. So
Chitchat, what's more impactful though? Chitchat, is it Klay's gravity on the offensive end, the fact that they gotta respect his three ball so that allows Steph to get off more, or is it more impactful Andrew Wiggins' defense against like Jason Tatum in the finals? I'm want to know which one do all y'all think is more impactful. I personally think Andrew Wiggins' defense against
to be played because they've proven they can put different guys in that slot and win, Bob. They've proven that they can put different guys in that Wiggins slot and win.
I mean, but one of those guys was Kevin Durant.
Watch this, Pittown. The day you took Klay out of that team when he got hurt, they was trash with Wiggins and them boys.
No, okay. So I'm saying they're definitely not the same team without Klay. I'm not saying that. I'm just asking y'all which one is more impactful. Plus, one of those guys that you switched Wiggins for was Kevin Durant, though.
That's what I was. That's what I was.
But they also won with the boy that y'all got over there that y'all just re-signed over there in Sacramento.
No, you're right. I said one of those guys.
They won in spite of Harrison Barnes. They won in spite of him.
But still, I still want to know, like Chitchat,
they still lost with him too.
What's more impactful though, Chitchat? The Klay's offense or Wiggins' defense?
Right now. Are you talking about right now?
I'm talking about against the Celtics.
Watching the Celtics, I thought it was I thought it was Andrew Wiggins. He was more impactful, considering the fact that he gave them buckets and was the defender that he was, and completely took Jason Tatum away from what they was trying to do. I think that was more impactful, considering how good Klay Thompson is. As good as Klay Thompson is as a shooter, I still think that Andrew Wiggins was more impactful, simply because not just because of his defense, but what he was giving them offensively too. Because as good as he was as a defender, I mean, we can't discount that 14, 15 a game that he was giving them. That was a big deal.
And not only that, you got to also remember, like, he might have been the best rebounder in the series, in the finals. Like, and he's what, 6'7"? Andrew's like 6'7", 6'8". He's skying over people for rebounds, but ultimately that defensive masterclass he put on Jason Tatum, that's more impactful right now.
That was pretty impressive. Yes, it was.
That was impressive.
So you think if you took Klay off the team, you think they can still win?
Yeah.
Nah, because
I'm not saying that.
Hold on. These fools just say yes.
You can't go to the G League. You can't go to the G League.
No. These fools just said yes, bro. These fools
go to the G League to get a replacement. So I'm not listening.
Hold on.
So we don't really.
These fools just said yes. These fools think they can still work without Klay, bro.
We all disagree with him. So it doesn't matter. He's wrong.
Yeah, we're not agreeing with B Rough right now.
I'm agreeing with B Rough.
Yeah, nah. It's no way. I don't think they win without Klay or without Wiggins. But to your point though, Ticket, if we talk about like that first ring, the second one, the third, the third one, any of those other ones, like Klay Thompson, you can't replace Klay Thompson. I don't think.
I'm saying no. I disagree. I agree with. Hold on, I disagree. I think you can't. I think he's replaceable. I think you could have put Aaron Gordon in the place Wiggins was in, and they could have probably still.
I said Klay Thompson. I'm saying, I agree with you as far as Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson's impact, like especially the first three rings. The first three rings, I especially feel like Klay. You can't. I can't think anybody in the league really. I mean, there's probably a couple cats I could think of, but
respect Danny Green.
No. I'm not gonna no, I'm not.
Hey, Bob, I think you could have. Bob, I'm saying I think you could have
replaced Klay with Danny Green.
Bob, I'm saying I think you could have plugged in. I think you could have plugged in dudes like Tobias Harris, dudes like Aaron Gordon. Right in that spot Wiggins is in, they still win.
I agree.
What made you change your
mind? No, not Tobias. Not Tobias.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna give you Tobias.
Andrew Wiggins is kind of special, yo. Like
special at what? He was special at nothing before he went to Golden State. Before he went to hold on, Ron. Am I lying? Before he went to Golden State, they said he was a perennial loser. He didn't have a mind to play basketball. He was soft. He was mentally weak. That's what they said before he went to Golden State.
But he was still averaging 20 a game. Averaging 20 a game.
Hold on. You're right. Hold on. Oh, Chitchat, hold on. You're right. On a horrible team. You're right. On a bad team that wasn't winning no games. You're right. So hold on. Right. So I'm saying, I still think that if you would have had Tobias Harris in that spot, or if you would have had the guy Aaron Gordon in that spot, the Warriors still could have won the championship with Klay Thompson.
I just have a difficult time. I just have a difficult time taking with the logic that when you have your second and third best player, they're interchangeable. Like, who could you replace? So back during the Jordan era, who could you replace Horace Grant with? Like during that time, who is Horace Grant? Who are you replacing him with?
Oh, that's easy. I replace him with one of the Davis brothers.
No way. None of the Dale Davis is not. Dale Davis.
No, I'm saying one of the Davis brothers.
Yeah, either Dale Davis or the other one. None of them two dudes is knocking down the mid range like Horace Grant. None of them two dudes bring what Horace Grant brought to that. I just have a difficult time with guys on championship teams with the second and third best players being just interchangeable. I don't think that's the case.
But the Warriors have proven that. The Golden State Warriors literally have changed that spot 3 times and won 3 different times.
Here's the difference, though. Ticket. Hold on for a second. Ticket. You're talking about taking Harrison Barnes out the lineup and replacing him with Kevin Durant.
But they won with Harrison Barnes. Hold on, they won with Harrison Barnes.
They did, right, and then
Harrison Barnes.
They Harrison Barnes was not great in that series, and then they
so
lost.
That should let you know something.
This is what I'm saying. They lost because of Harrison Barnes because he couldn't knock down a mid-range shot.
But they won with Harrison Barnes,
right? And they won in spite
against
of him.
the team that had no Kyrie.
Hold on, I'm making my point. Hold on, you're making my point. My point is that it's more so them than it is the guy that they're replacing them with. For you, by you saying they won in spite of him, to me, that's more so of how good they are, not that one individual is.
Which is fair. But I'd like to think that Klay Thompson was better than Klay. I like to think Klay Thompson was better than Harrison Barnes. That's number one. Number two, again, when you're replacing Harrison Barnes, who again they did win in spite of him, you're replacing him with a much better player. So it's not like you're telling me that they're replacing Klay Thompson with guys who essentially are equal to him. I don't think Tobias Harris is equal to Klay Thompson. I didn't say
Klay Thompson. I didn't say Klay Thompson. I said replacing Tobias Harris with
Andrew Wiggins.
Andrew Wiggins, yes.
That's right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got that wrong.
I still don't got Tobias though. Some other catch you name, yeah.
I don't think you can replace Tobias Harris with Andrew Wiggins because I don't think Tobias. I don't think that Tobias Harris
doing the same damn thing. Hold on, before Tobias scored in Philly. Andrew Wiggins. Hold on, J-Rob. Hold on, J-Rob. I'm about to pull out the casket again. Before Tobias Harris went to Philly. Mm-hmm. He was doing the same thing with the Clippers and more than what Wiggins was doing with the freaking Minnesota Timberwolves. And he was the number one option. When he was coached by Doc, he was averaging 19 a game.
Right. Mm-hmm.
They weren't a bad team. They were a middle of the pack solid team.
Right.
And he was rebounding and he was giving you assists. So he was giving you damn near the same production as what Wiggins was before he went over to the Warriors.
From a point. Hey, keep going, Ticket. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying, go ahead. It's on you.
From a points per game perspective, that's fair. But when you think about it,
assists,
Defense.
When you're thinking about it in totality, with him getting on that crew, with Tobias Harris now getting on that crew, is Tobias Harris defending at the level that Andrew Wiggins is defending at? I don't think so. Because why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? If he's defending at that level on the Golden State Warriors, why wouldn't he defend at that level with Joel Embiid, who's an all-league defender? As a big, why would he defend at that level? Why don't we have moments? Why don't we have evidence of Tobias Harris being that kind of defender?
My man, that's a lie. That's a lie. He was defending the best wings in the league. Even Tobias just said it. I'm the one that got to defend all the best wings and players and guards in the league when we play.
Crazy. That's what PJ.
Hold on. Let me say this to you. Before he left the Clippers, he was playing better than what Wiggins was playing. He averaged 20.9 points a game his last year with the Clippers, 7.9 rebounds, 2.9 assists per game. That was his last.
In the past 7 seasons, Tiki, we could probably find maybe one season Tobias was actually a better basketball player than Andrew Wiggins.
That's not true. I'll go to the season before that. Season before that, he was averaging 20.
I'm not talking about no numbers, bro. I'm not talking about no stats. I'm talking about production too. Hold on. Basketball player.
I'm giving you production too. That year,
Wiggins do everything on the court, bro. I can't believe you got me up here defending Andrew Wiggins.
No, I'm saying that year with the Clippers. That year with the Clippers, when he was averaging 20.9, they won 48 games.
They had a good team that year. Yes, they did. They had
he was the leader of that team.
I think that might be that one season I was talking about.
No, hold on. Let's go to the season before that. The season before that, they won 42 games. Tobias Harris was averaging 20. He was the best player on that team.
That's not.
Wait, I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure that year in the Clippers they traded him that year.
He won't fall drugs.
I'm pretty sure they best player on the team. I think you're giving misinformation because the year.
No, Mars. Hold on one second, Mars.
I'm pretty sure the Clippers traded him.
Mars, in 2017, 2018, the Clippers won 42 games. It was 42-40. Tobias Harris averaged 20 points per game.
They missed the playoffs.
No, you're not here. Hold on. Listen what I'm saying. I'm saying that was better than what Wiggins did before he left Minnesota. What did Wiggins do his last year in Minnesota when he went to
Wiggins was in the playoffs in 2018. The year.
No. I'm saying, hold on. I'm asking you, what did Wiggins do on that team?
On what team?
On the Minnesota Timberwolves. No, they
bro,
were
that was
losing.
They had Jimmy Butler, right?
Wiggins was considered a loser. I'm not arguing.
The year they went
They
got Wiggins in 2020.
Mars, that year they had Jimmy Butler?
Now, I will tell you this.
That's the year Jimmy Butler.
So we get that credit to Jimmy there. We're not giving that credit to
I'm not giving the credit to Andrew Wiggins. I'm not giving the credit.
I mean, Andrew Wiggins was on the team. Everybody.
But what I'm saying is,
the
year that the Clippers won 48 games and Tobias averaged 20.9 or whatever, I'm 96% sure Tobias Harris got traded during that season. 96. They made the playoffs when he got traded.
They was already killing. They was already killing before he got traded. When he got traded, he only played 22 games. What you call that year? He played the majority.
My point is they made the playoffs.
Forget the numbers.
They got traded.
Forget the numbers.
That's my point. He got traded. He wasn't there in the playoffs.
What does Tobias Harris do better than Andrew Wiggins, though? What does Tobias Harris do better than Andrew Wiggins? I forget who averaged what. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about who's a better player.
He shoots the three better than him. He's a better post player than him. You want me to keep cooking your ass?
Please do.
He's a way better 3-point shooter. He's a way better 3-point. You see Mars shut his damn mouth. He's a way better 3-point shooter than. Hold on, I said you see Mars shut his mouth right there.
I just disagree with that.
So hold on, he's a better post player. He's a better 3-point shooter. Only thing we can do better offensively is handle the ball and a better mid-range shooter.
Better scorer.
He's a
Wiggins. He ain't no better scorer. Hold on. He ain't no better scorer than Tobias Harris, nigga.
Who's better in transition?
Hold on 1 second, Bob. Since Grilltown want to get put in the casket too. How you a better scorer? How you a better scorer than him, Grilltown? Hold on. How you a better scorer than him, Grilltown? When if you look at Tobias Harris had a stretch in his career where he averaged 18 and 20 points 7 years in a row, 8 years in a row.
So the year, and since you're bringing up numbers, Ticket, the year before that they went to the playoffs when his numbers dropped when he got Jimmy Butler, he averaged the most points in that season than Tobias Harris averaged at any point in his career.
What did he average in that season? What did he average in that season?
He averaged almost 24 a game that year. Tobias Harris never did that.
Okay, look, that's 1 year. That's cool.
Since you bringing that up, and
no, I'm cool. I'm cool with you. Go ahead.
I believe it was like I think he played in Minnesota for 8 years. I think he averaged almost 20 a game for his career in Minnesota. for his career in Minnesota. So as a transition player, he's better. He's a better athlete. He got a money mid-range game. He can also play on the box as a one-on-one player, as a ball handler.
He's a better post player than Tobias Harris.
As a finisher at the rim. I've seen him punch it over the top of big guys plenty of times. He's actually pretty good in the clutch too. Now
what about the defensive end?
We're probably having a different conversation because they didn't win as much. But and I was going to get to that. But on the defensive end, overall, I think he's a better one-on-one player. I think he's a better one-on-one defender. I think he's a better off-ball defender than Tobias Harris. Overall, I think he's a better player than Tobias Harris. I don't think it's a wash. But I'm having a problem ticket when you're trying to sell me the logic. That
okay, well, let me give you this.
Interchangeable.
Let me give you this.
Andrew Wiggins.
When he went to Philly
and put Tobias Harris on that crew, they winning the NBA championship.
When he went to Philly, Philly instantly became one of the better teams and one of the best teams in the NBA. Those seasons when Tobias Harris went to Philly, and Tobias Harris those first few years was averaging damn near 20 points per game. The first 3 years, two out of 3 years in Philly, Tobias Harris was averaging 19.5 points per game, sir. As a third option give you damn near 20 a game.
Mm-hmm.
Not the first one, not the second one, but a third one. And those years that he was in Philly, the first year he went to Philly, Philly won 51 games.
Mm-hmm.
They were one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. The next year, they won 43 games. They kind of fell back.
Right.
So that next year, but the year after that,
what was his first year?
After that, they won 49.
He got there in 2018-19, but he was only there.
The year after that, they won 49, and he was averaging almost 20 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
And they were first in the East. They finished first in the Eastern Conference that year.
Right.
So don't give me his impact wasn't real. His impact was real. The problem was we devalue him. The same, and this is the funny part. Ain't nobody that's in his camp. That's why I be telling y'all. I know y'all niggas be hating on me. Ron, listen to this. Won't nobody up here praising nothing about this dude, and I'm talking about Andrew Wiggins before he went to the Warriors. Nobody.
I was talking about Andrew Wiggins.
Give me one thing that praised Andrew Wiggins.
When he was in Minnesota.
I wasn't on the internet, so it wouldn't matter. My question is, when did your opinion of Andrew Wiggins change? Because I remember last year when Golden State were winning a chip, you were saying he was the second best player on the team. Now you're saying
I didn't say that. I said he was the second best player in the finals.
No, you said it was, I vividly remember having this conversation with you. I vividly remember having this conversation with you.
In the finals, Mars.
Are you going to let me finish or are you going to keep talking? Are you going to let me finish or are you going to keep talking?
Go ahead, finish.
Because I vividly remember saying, I don't believe Andrew Wiggins was the second best player on the Golden State Warriors. And I even said in the finals, you can say he was. I still believe the second best player on Golden State was Draymond Green. And we had a whole argument. And you kept telling me why Andrew Wiggins is the second. No, because I vividly said, and everyone can go back and find this. I said in the finals, you can say Wiggins was better than Draymond. Because I'm not arguing.
No. I said, hold on. I said in the finals,
on the Golden State Warriors, I was saying the second best player is still Draymond Green. You was telling me, no, it's Andrew Wiggins. Klay Thompson did not leave.
No. I was saying in the finals, sir. I was saying in the finals.
You told me it was Andrew Wiggins.
Well, look, we can pull up the audio. We can pull up the audio. When you're wrong, you'll admit that I'm wrong.
Someone can go and find it, and it will show me saying the second best player on the team is Draymond Green.
The same way the other day, Damo said I said something when I told you something different, and then when he played the tape, the ass got exposed. So, like I said, hold on, I'm gonna say it to you again. We was talking about the NBA Finals, and I've always said I rock with the immortal Klay Thompson, and I think he's the second best player on that team.
You have said you rock with him. You said Andrew Wiggins was the second best player on the team.
Specifically talking about the finals because I said Draymond Green was trash in the finals.
Yes, and I said I wasn't arguing that Andrew Wiggins was the second best player in the finals. I wasn't arguing that. I said the second best player on Golden State is Draymond
we got a
Green. You were telling me it was Andrew Wiggins. You never mentioned Klay Thompson's name.
You misunderstood me. You misunderstood me then. I wasn't talking about that.
Then you just did another situation when you just weren't.
No.
We got to.
That's fine. That's fine. If you weren't listening, I mean, that's cool.
You got cooked on Tobias Harris. You got cooked on Tobias Harris, sucker. You got cooked on Tobias Harris.
I wasn't arguing with you about Tobias Harris. So
yes, you was. Hold that L, boy.
No, I wasn't. I mean, if that's the only way you can say you cooked me, I guess. Yeah, I'll give you that one. Congratulations.
We'll dig up the tape. We'll figure out who it is soon. But until then, I got a super chat from King Arthur. He said, "Ticket and chill. Why don't we acknowledge that these guys who bounce around the league, like KD, Harden, and Kyrie, are the common denominators in their situation?"
Yes, we do. That's all we talk about.
That's all we talk about. That's all we talk about. That's all we literally talk about up here.
That's all we do. That's over when we talk about Kyrie Irving leaving situations. He's the common denominator. Why these teams end up being better when he's gone. We talk about KD, him running from the grind. What happens with him? That's all we talk about. That's not true.
We talking about him today.
Yes.
Jay Nutty said Harden can't get a contract extension in LA though.
No, not right now.
Vince with the super chat. Chill, we talked about it a little bit yesterday. He sent it again. You might have missed it, Vince, but Chill, thoughts on the McDonald's championship coming back? I think it will be cool now that overseas ball is more popular than before.
I do. We talked about this yesterday. I'm really feeling the idea of the NBA champion playing against the EuroLeague champion in whatever you want to call it, the McDonald's or whatever that is. Now, it probably is going to be a mismatch, but it'll give us a better idea of how good European basketball is against the best in the NBA. I think that'd be dope because to see Larry Bird. Right, to see Larry Bird playing in the McDonald's, I don't know who Drazen Petrovic is. I don't know who Sabonis is until I see this, and I'm like, "Yo, these dudes can play." Now, can they play in the NBA? I don't know yet, but it would be dope to set that up. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling the McDonald's championships coming back. Yes,
yeah, I like that. That's fire.
Mm-hmm.
It's good for basketball.
Great for basketball.
We got more super chats, Ron?
L host.
We have 44 more.
L host.
Let's see.
That's all I got. L. Boo!
Okay. What's
What
next?
happened? Mama Mars, what did I do?
We're trying to get some more super chats.
Mars.
Oh, now y'all want to read? Y'all want to do
waiting
this?
on you. We waiting
Oh,
on you.
all right. Cool.
Focus, host.
I got you. Ethan, the press cast fan, said, as Ticket would say, you got a better chance of getting pregnant than Kawhi playing 82 games.
That's tough.
Y'all see how Mookie don't want to criticize Kawhi? He's sad, bro.
I can't believe it all. Listening to earlier.
He pushing an agenda though. Yeah, he be pushing an agenda.
Bro, Mookie criticized everybody except for Kawhi. Kawhi smacked Mookie in his face, and Mookie would still praise Kawhi.
If Kawhi was playing, if Kawhi was still in San Antonio, he'd be roasting him. But when you get to the Clippers, he definitely is off.
Kawhi will smack Mookie with one of his pubic hairs right in his face, and Mookie start laughing. Say, "Yeah, I love it, man."
Oh boy.
Let's Debate Basketball said 80 was playing through a bone spur in his foot, Dookie.
That's fact.
That's facts.
Ethan, the Depressed Cavs fan, said Ticket versus Dookie, the battle of Hold On. Tony Jean Claude with a couple super chats. He said, hold on. You're not hearing me. Hold on.
Y'all got my T. Y'all crazy.
Sound like they got you down, Ticket.
They got me to a T.
Tony Jean Claude also with another super chat, and this is something I want to talk about. If y'all want to talk about it, Jalen Rose, Max Kellerman, and Stan. Is it Stan or it's Jeff Van Gundy?
Jeff Van Gundy.
ESPN.
Now remember, here's what needs to be understood. What we're doing right now is evidence of why this is going on. Because we live in an information age. Information is easily accessible. See, before ESPN was it. You can only get the information from ESPN. Well, now these dudes have become expendable because you could get this information just about anywhere now. And when we giving out information, we giving it out quicker than ESPN. We giving it out quicker than Fox Sports. We giving it out quicker than these networks. So now these networks that are paying all these people everywhere. Right. Now these people that are paying, now these networks that are paying all these people all this money, they recognizing, oh, well, damn, we have to change what we're doing because this information is getting out a lot faster than we can get it out. And we basically overpaying these people. So now we got to figure out how we're going to be better in giving other people information. So now guys like Max Kellerman, now guys like Jalen Rose, they become expendable in giving out information as opposed to just debating the stuff. Because not only do we debate it, we get it out as quick as we debate it.
Yeah, we get it up. We get it all out.
Bro, and here's the bad part about ESPN. These are people who have been vets and worked there for years. Jeff Van Gundy been there for 15 years, bro. Jalen Rose been there since he went off on Skip Bayless almost 15, 16
that was
years
a minute ago.
Bro, and think about this, though. They'll get rid of those dudes, but you see Molly still up there doing what? You still see Malika Andrews up here tearing brothers down, lying, giving out misinformation, trying to tear brothers down at the draft. But you'll fire.
Ticket. Leave Malika out of this. Proceed.
I don't care if she look good or not, dog. She gonna get this smoke. But yeah, she, like I said, man, they got man, bro. Listen, if ESPN, you gonna start firing. To me, you fire off the young cats who ain't really proven. You don't fire your heavy hitters. But I do think I know what they're doing. I think they're trying to clear the decks to save money, but also clear the decks to bring in a guy like good old. But
They about to go bring in. They got rid of people because they about to pay Shannon Sharp a business.
I think they're gonna pay Shannon Sharp a grip, and I think they're finna let Shannon Sharp replace a lot of some of the stuff that these guys been doing. That's what I think is going on. When you fire Jalen Rose and take him off the basketball show, I think they're gonna have Shay Sharp on that basketball show when the season start back up, which is I think is gonna be fire. Even though Shay Sharp, just the energy he brings to the shows, I think it's gonna be fire if they put him on the basketball show. To be honest with you, because you know how he's gonna cap for chill boy LeBron.
A football guy though, that's interesting.
Oh, I'm saying, but he does. I mean, his basketball commentary. He gets a lot of. They get a lot of clicks. You know what I'm saying?
No, they do. Yes, he does.
He do his research, man. He's in the mix.
He does.
So when you look at it like that, bro, he's gonna be a big time player. The only thing at ESPN though is that man at ESPN, bro, they're gonna make you work 18-hour shifts over there, bro. I be seeing Stephen A at 6 a.m. I see Stephen A at 6 a.m. Then I see him again at goddamn 11 p.m. I'm like, God, dog.
Shit, Morris, you might need to apply ESPN, Morris. How you be on it? I'm gonna be like Morris. I'm saying you be.
But they get Jeff Van Gundy.
You be putting in 16-hour shifts on PC, Morris.
They get Jeff Van Gundy dirty.
Yeah, but I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
I don't even watch them. I don't even care about any of this. I'm not gonna lie.
Be smooth. How you feel about ESPN in shambles right now?
Shannon Sharp's gonna come, so I'll watch ESPN again. I usually watch Fox Sports, so that's more of my cup of tea.
Yeah, I can tell.
Fire.
Yo,
Morris been going for taking shots. Yeah,
Invasion Alert 77 said D Powell, Dwight Powell re-signing for the Mavs. I feel like Kyrie not signing. I've accepted Luka's leaving soon. Mark Cuban wasted Dirk's potential, being the lowest spending owner. Reggie Reg with the super chat said, "Can Be Smooth say this, please?"
I ain't saying that. I ain't know.
He paid for it. He paid for it. He paid for it.
You're listening to B98.5 in the morning. There you go. Shout out to you.
Shout out to B Smooth.
Could have said it with some more energy, but
that was like a 6. Come on, man.
Yeah, that was kind of whack, bro.
Come on, man. Garbage.
Keith with the super chat said,
in the chat, please.
Ron, remember when you said at episode 100 you was going to give us the story time about the personal beef between you and James Harden?
We ain't at episode 100 yet.
Yeah.
Are we?
No, we're not.
Ron wasn't anticipating the 5 shows a week. He thought he was going to have a whole extra.
Yeah, he thought you was going to forget. Yeah, he thought you was going to forget about that.
So with that being said,
gotcha.
Since the shows are going 5 times a week, we gotta multiply up. We gotta keep them on the same trajectory. That means episode 500. I got you, brother. Key, stay tuned. We'll get there soon. Havoc with the super chat said Max Struss. Max Struss, a hot name right now, is reported to be heading to the Cavs on a sign and trade deal.
And they're including 2 G League players in that deal.
Chill.
Oh, Klay Thompson.
It's Klay Thompson.
I'm never letting that G League thing go. I'm not letting that go, bro. That G League was crazy.
Holy. Dejan Gorham said, I believed as constructed the Clippers would have won if their stars are healthy. Don't matter who they get. Nobody outside of Jesus Christ is healing Kawhi's knees.
Sorry.
Now that is surprising. ESPN is letting go of Todd McShay as well. Now that surprised me.
For real?
Todd McShay is one of the. So I don't know. I know you probably don't. Y'all don't watch college.
He the draft dude. Yeah, he the draft guy.
But he's like one of the biggest like college analysts like out, bro. Like it's actually absurd that they actually find.
No, that's crazy
because he literally him and Mel Kiper, they literally do the boards every year. Like crazy.
They just rebuilding, trying to rebrand, getting younger.
They need to get
what
younger,
are they
man.
doing?
Get all
Getting
these
younger.
old farts up out of here. No offense, chill, but y'all it's time to get some new faces, man. Y'all be in the chair too long. Y'all back hurt, knees replaced.
ESPN going to be calling Chill any minute now. Don't worry.
Y'all need more content creators. I need more content creators, more young boys. You feel me?
No, they're not.
Chill versus Stephen A. coming to the studio.
Chill versus Stephen A. would be fire.
That's what's going to be happening.
I got Chill and
Yeah, I don't think it's hotter than Chill versus Ticket or Chill versus Mars. I don't think it's hotter than that.
I like it. They're
going to make the call. I know they're going to make the call.
Yo,
Dale, nice to see you today, brother. Nice to see you today.
Hello, Ticket. How was your
Hey,
meeting?
Ticket. Is Dale the dude that's stumbling in practice? We already been in here for 20 minutes, and Dale just stumbles into practice.
Listen,
and half
listen, Dale just come around and get off his daily KD propaganda. That's all he coming to.
You guys come in asking him about KD and then get mad he talks about KD. It's crazy.
No, but that's what he does though when he comes in here. We'll be talking about something else.
Talking about Chris Paul, and then someone asked him about KD.
No, but what I'm saying, we'll be talking about something, and Dale, we know what Dale's going to do. He's going to say, "Well, can we talk about KD?" That's what he's going to say.
I do not ever bring up Kevin Durant.
We're going to beat him to the punch.
No, it's
but now we cooking somebody else today. We cooking Kawhi for stacking a team too with James Harden. So another one of your boys.
James Harden ain't even there yet.
Let me ask you a question. How are you blaming Kawhi for that?
Because like the media said, Kawhi and Paul George is pushing for it.
You always believe the media until it.
That's true. Hold on. That's true. I do believe Chris Haynes.
Until it don't make this.
I do believe Chris Haynes. You got a problem with that?
Chris Haynes is pretty credible source.
Facts.
Yeah, you got a problem with that?
No,
you actually talked to Chris Haynes
with it.
But I thought.
No. Okay, now I have a problem with it. Yes. Yes. Dude. I have a huge problem with it since you want to think and thought, oh, yes, I have a problem now. The problem is you're trying to address it. Hey, J. Rob, how are you?
What's up, bro? You know, I'm with you. We could talk about KD. You know, I'm with you. We on the same, you feel me?
Marquavion. Hold on for a second, J. Rob. Marquavion, just so you know, we are the mass. We are the media. We just not the media like them.
You know,
we give. I think you're right about that when you say F the mass media. But we are becoming the mass media because whenever you get guys like Kevin Durant that's coming at one of us, it's obvious that they listening. So we may very well be coming in.
Shout out to me for antagonizing Low to say that.
Yes. Shout out to J. Rob for starting
that. J. Rob didn't start that. I started the KD shit.
I said the top five though. I'm the one who said the top five.
Yeah, he did. J. Rob just poured more gas on it.
Yeah,
I did it, J. Rob, not you. I did that shit. No, I'm just
it was a team effort, bro. Come on.
I'm just playing with J. Rob. I'm just playing with you, dog. I just want to stump on KD punk ass. That's all.
You don't find it crazy how you Ticket, how you like determine a person based on their skills, like if they're a punk or not, like just for
I ain't got no heart. Period. I determine everything based off what's inside your chest. Because I've seen a lot of dudes that skill, Dale, that just can't get to the next level and get it done, and so because they don't have it what's in their chest. So they got this like James Harden. He got skills. He just ain't got no heart. That separates you. Heart separates a lot in basketball. See what I'm saying? I've seen dudes with heart overachieve versus dudes who ain't got no heart underachieve. They got all the skills in the world. Look at T-Mac.
What T-Mac has heart or he don't? Which one is it?
He don't have heart because he never got out the first round.
T-Mac went out in the first round every single year except for 1 year.
So that means he doesn't have heart because his team wasn't good enough to get out the first round.
No, he wasn't good enough. He was talking shit. He was the one saying, chill down. What did T-Mac say when they was up 3-1 against the Detroit Pistons?
It'd be good for us.
I'm happy to go to the second round. I'm happy to go to the second
round two. That's what he said.
He thought he was going to the second round.
Let me ask you a question though. This is a great topic.
So but you got to fulfill that then. And how the hell did you get a Seattle jersey and they ain't got a franchise right now, Bob?
This WNBA.
I'm just messing with you. I'm messing with you.
The first 3 games he had heart, and then when they lost 3 in a row, he didn't have heart.
Yeah, his heart failed.
Yeah, his heart failed.
He had heart failure.
Yeah, bro. He turned it. Yes. He turned into the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz.
You guys are nuts.
He turned into
the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz, bro. It just happens, bro. I'm talking shit.
Y'all build emotions into these.
I'm trolling.
No, not you. I'm talking about Ticket. Ticket really believe that, like people. Oh yeah, he got no heart. This, that, and third because of losing. It's weird. It's the weirdest thing ever.
But he played the game though.
Well, no, we watch it.
So
We're
he
watching the
still
game.
lost.
We're watching what you're
So
doing
if-
in certain moments.
so
Like, for
if he
example,
had-
we watched James Harden in Game 7 against the
time out.
Boston Celtics.
Time
That's
out.
no heart,
Wait,
bro.
let's stick with T-Mac real quick. So when T-Mac scored 13 points in 7 seconds, he had heart that game, and then he lost the heart.
That's
right?
a regular season game.
Yeah, he has regular season heart.
Okay.
Postseason.
It's different hearts. It's different.
Yeah,
hearts.
once
Yeah,
April
it's
hits,
different beast in the
once
playoffs.
April hits, the heart starts malfunctioning.
You guys are nuts.
Right.
That's my problem.
Right.
No, you guys create emotions for these athletes and then say they don't got heart because they lost or didn't play good. Oh, he's soft.
Well, okay, well, I'm gonna tell you what heart is. Here's what heart is. Michael Jordan got the hell beat out of him by the Detroit Pistons. He doesn't leave. He goes in the weight room, gets up, and goes back and beats him. That's hard.
Let's get it right. What Michael Jordan did, got the hell beat out of him by the Detroit Pistons, went and cried to the NBA about them fouling him, and then came back and was able to beat them. That's why.
I love this. Michael Jordan's my GOAT, so I'll get to that Michael Jordan topic real quick. But Steph Curry had mad heart against OKC. Surprising when they played LeBron the next series, he lost all his heart. Wow,
LeBron took his heart.
Where did it hurt? Where did it?
He turned into the 10-man, bro. That's what they saying.
Where did his?
Oh no. I'm saying, hold on. I'm saying this is what I'm saying, right? This is all I'm saying to you, right? We as us having a certain mindset.
And
I think that hold on one second. Dale, hold on one second. Dale, hold on one second. Dale, but hold on one second. Dale, hold on one second. Dale. I don't know how Ron is. Dale, I don't know how Ron is. I don't know how Bob is. I don't know how Chill is. Right? Playing basketball. We might think differently. If you have pickup and you go to the court, right? I don't know if Bob is going to go to the court saying, "Yo, let me pick all the best players out here, and then let's just run out everybody and play all day." I'm sometimes, you know what I'm saying? You got guys that love to do that. Sometimes you got guys that say, "Man, I don't care who I'm running with. Just pick me up. Let's pick up 5 and let's go. We'll be whoever that's out here." See what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's how the great ones did that. They didn't like, you had teams that had great players around these guys, but the guys who were on the teams, they just cared about doing what they had to do. Okay. It wasn't that, oh, I need to build up this team to beat everybody else because I'm insecure of my ability. So hold on. I'm gonna give you one specific. We seen KD up 3-1, get walked down, and then quit. We've seen this, right? We've seen James Harden in situations where he has been right there to win. Hold on, he's been right there to go to the NBA Finals, and they missed 27 straight threes and fold. So these are the type of things I'm talking about.
Oh my God, quit.
Did they miss 27 threes because they don't have heart?
Hold on, Mars. Quit is crazy there. 1, 2, they missed 27 threes because they missed 27 threes. It has nothing to do with their heart. They just missed the threes. Second, I'm from
it does. You take the ball to the rack.
Hold on, time out.
Yeah, just don't shoot right open.
Exactly. Thank you, Mark. Whatever. I'm from the blacktop. So whatever you say, losing this here. If I lose, right, to a team on the blacktop in the park and all that, and then the team that beats me loses, if who I'm coming on with next is not better than some of those players that just lost, I am picking some of those players for my team. And everyone is doing that on the blacktop. You from Jersey, you from go in practice, you lost to a Jersey, team, man. You with Hurley in practice. Hurley team just beat me. Oh, I got next, Dan. Dan team just lost. I got next. Yo, Dan is like, yo, pick me up. Oh yeah, I got you. Let's go, ride. That's how it goes. So you could make this whole scenario. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I grew up in the streets. I have a game in the park later tonight at 8:30. That's what I do. I am from there. So you saying, oh, from the blacktop? No, you're not picking up bums that's walking in the park. You're not doing that. So yes, KD move was weak to me as well. But stop bringing up the park scenario. Like, no, because that's where I'm from. That's.
Right. So do you have a problem? Hold on. So would you have a problem if they picked up Kyrie Irving too in exchange for Ayton?
If who pick up Kyrie Irving?
The Sun.
I don't think that's gonna work.
No, I ain't asked you that. I didn't ask you that. I asked you, would you have a problem with that?
Listen to me. I would have a problem with it because I don't see it working. It's too much.
No. I ain't asked you because of that. Would you have a competitive standpoint? Would you have Chilltown? Would you have a competitive problem if they would have added Kyrie Irving to KD, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal on that team?
I would not have a competitive problem because I don't think that's a competitive team.
Yeah, he thinks they'll lose, so why would he have a competitive problem?
I think they will lose.
Yeah.
So how would I have a competitive problem?
And
You
to
just-
I don't think that team
and-
loses. I think that's a championship squad.
Oh, absolutely. I think they lose. No, number one, they're not going to hold up the whole season.
Yeah,
That's
putting
number
a
one.
bunch of
And
pieces
I
together.
disagree.
I don't think that they're going to hold up. It's the squad. It's the squad on paper, 100%. But from the history that we've seen over the course of the last 4 years, all we've seen from the majority of these dudes is injuries and underperformance, and there's no reason to think that that's not gonna be the same thing. And to Dale's point, 100%. If Dale got next, and he see me on the court, and he's probably say his team got next, and my team ends up we losing. He sees me and he goes, I'm saving a spot for him.
Yes,
I'm saving and he might, and somebody might ask Dale to run, but they'll be like, I already got my 5, but I'm already on the floor. But he's saving that spot for me.
If you lose, that's happened always. Everywhere that happens, like I'm confused a little bit.
All right, fellas, I'm a backtrack. I'm gonna get into some more of these super chats. Right from the top, Derek Washington said, speaking of Chris Middleton, how do y'all think he would fit with my Hawks?
Not bad.
Horrible.
I mean, you ain't gonna win no championship,
right?
See you in the second round. Round.
He stretched the defense. He gives them what Herder gave them. Now Herder's going
with the new coach. Yeah. He fit better with the new coach. With the new coach. Yeah, with the new coach. He got better offensive games in my opinion. He do.
Yeah.
Angie Carr said Larsa about to be a Jordan when it's said and done. Huh.
Oh, think about that.
She might be an O'Neal. You never know.
Can she still get pregnant?
At 48, she wild if she doing that. But I tell you what,
we're not
doing that. We a family show. We are not doing that. We a family show around here.
I'm dead serious. But I'm dead. Hold on, no. Ron, can a 48-year-old woman get pregnant?
Some can.
No, I'm just asking y'all. No, I'm just asking y'all. Is it possible for a 48-year-old woman to get pregnant?
Yeah, if she's not on menopause, she could be.
Bro, if she married to the Jordan family, if she gets a part of Jordan family, bro.
I need some of that dough.
Go ahead, Ron.
Larsa, Pippen, Jordan would be
Go ahead, Ron. Go ahead, Ron. She be the only lady who got a Jordan
family. Neither J-Rob, she is not changing her name.
She's gonna put her joint. It's gonna say Larsa Pippen - Jordan.
Yes, she is
Pippen or Pippen Jordan.
And then it's gonna say, and then after that, I'll say O'Neal James.
All right, yo. Hey, Say Cool said Mavs fans are delusional, but Ticket is the guy suggesting the Mavs are better with Hero and Duncan Robinson versus Kyrie. This chatter is ridiculous.
No, it's not. Better balance on the team, sucker. Just because you got two great players on the team doesn't mean that a better balanced team is better. LeBron James teams have been better when they're more around balance and what versus when he just puts superstars on the team. So let's just keep it real. We've seen LeBron James play better with more balanced teams.
Which balanced LeBron James team was better than any championship team he had with those stars?
No, I said, listen. For example, you just put Russ, AD, and LeBron together. That was the 3 superstars on the team.
Okay.
His team that just won it with him, AD, and role players was way better than that. That was a more balanced team. I'm saying I'm saying with Luka Doncic, the way he plays, the way Luka plays right now is better suit for them to have those type of players versus him and Kyrie because they both dominate the same thing. See what I'm saying?
How much heart does it show you for Damian Lillard if he doesn't win a ring, or if Luka Doncic stays with the Mavs and doesn't win a ring? What does that show you? Does that show you great heart? I respect Dame's heart because he didn't want to take a shortcut to win a championship. I respect that.
He doesn't want to win.
That's not true.
No, it's blatantly true. It's blatantly true.
Oh, okay.
All right. I disagree with that. That's cool. Go ahead, Ron.
You're wrong.
Indoor Voices said Ticket is a point per game merchant. Bronny can shoot, plays high level defense, and a top tier athlete. Just because he don't force offense, he's whack.
He never said he was whack. Indoor. He never see. This is what I'm talking about. When Ticket never said he was whack. Right? Not only did he not say he was whack, he also said he's a good player. He just needs to develop and not rush him. That's all he said. Stop putting words in this dude's mouth. Don't get me wrong. I can appreciate your disdain for Ticket sometimes. But if you're going to talk about him, get your story straight.
Man.
Now,
Damn, dog, you can appreciate his disdain for me, dog. You hate me too, dog. Punk ass. I'm gonna get your ass. I'm gonna get your ass.
Don't get me wrong.
I'm gonna get your. I know what you'll say. You gotta come at me. You gotta come at me. I'm gonna get your ass.
But you my man, and I ain't gonna let nobody. I ain't gonna let nobody spew bullshit.
All
I
day.
ain't gonna do that. No, we ain't gonna do that.
All day.
Who y'all got Bronny compared to, like his play style?
He looks to me like a poor. He looks like a poor man Donovan Mitchell. That's what he could be.
Mitchell. I got Drew Holiday to the core.
I like that. I like
Drew.
I got Drew to the core.
I think you underrating him. I think you underrating him as an athlete. I think he's a superior.
No, I said that's what I said. Just more athletic.
Right.
But his
okay,
game,
that's
his
fair.
pace, yeah,
I miss that part, the Bronny part. I was late for that, but I wanted to say about that. Like, if you see the steps, the improvement he's made every year, I don't see why he's not going to get even more better. And I think Tigger, I think you kind of underrated his size. I think he's closer to 6'4" than 6'2".
I disagree.
6'4". Yeah, he's 6'3".
And then, but the one that happened though was, I think it was before his junior. It might have been right before his senior year, but one of those summers he just he just got explosive. You can see
it was last year. It was last year.
Bob, I like Bronny.
I know. I heard you together. I know you wouldn't hate on Bronny or nothing. I was just kind of just giving my take on Bronny because I missed that segment.
You think they should rush him?
What'd you say?
You think they should rush him?
Nah. First of all, I want to say you were right about him getting so much pub because of who he is, but that's just that's just what it is. But I think
I'm saying that wasn't my point.
I think he's starting to live up to it though. And then also, I don't think they should rush him. I definitely don't think they should rush him.
Hold on, is he living? Hold on. So hold on, is he okay? Go ahead. I ain't gonna get into that.
If it takes him 2 or 3 more seasons, if he's not one and done, I think that's fine. And I hope they do let him develop and don't try to rush him to the NBA.
That's my whole point.
But I do think I'm just saying, like, every summer he improves. So I'm assuming he's going to do that at least 2-3 more summers. So.
Just to be on the record, I totally agree with what you just said. All I'm saying is I know how social media and the public is. If the way they're hyping him up now and saying he's gonna be 17, his dad gonna be with him in Atlanta next year. If he doesn't have a great season this year and he doesn't get drafted, they're gonna say he's a bum, and he's not.
Well, they can say that, but that's dumb. That's dumb to say that.
Bronny doesn't get drafted. He averaged 9-5 or 9-4 in college. He's a first-round pick. That's it. He's a first-round pick. Y'all gotta look at
still grow another inch or two.
Drafted at the numbers. It's all about potential. It's not like when I was coming out. It's not like when where they look at seniors. The player, the Finals MVP, Final Four MVP did not get drafted. First team All-American back-to-back senior did not get drafted. They're
the player of the year in college. They told him to go back to school.
So Dale, you saying just based off potential?
That's all they do it now.
I'm saying, what do you think his potential is, Dale? What is Bronny's potential? What is his ceiling in y'all's opinion?
He's Drew Holiday. I think he's an NBA player. I think he can be.
I didn't say that. I asked you what's his. But give me a name of a player that's his potential.
He said Drew Holiday. He said Drew Holiday.
And that's a pretty damn good player, yo.
I think he shoot better than Drew.
If he could be a better version of Drew Holiday, Dale, that's a pretty damn good player for a long time.
Yeah, that is.
And then just based off who his pops is and just growing up in the NBA, about his IQ, you can watch and see how he play. He played defense. He know where he's supposed to be on defense. Bro. He think the game great for a 17-year-old kid.
If you're talking about a dude that's Drew Holiday, I'll take that every day.
And just based on who his dad is, like I said, he's already going to be a professional with his mindset. He's going to do the right things. I'm assuming, obviously anything can happen, but just based on that, you know what I'm saying? The kid looked like that's the type of guy you want in your locker room. You want him to be your leader or somebody. Yeah, you want him because he's going to be positive. I'm just assuming just based on who his dad is and just from what I've seen from him so far.
The biggest thing is LeBron already said it. After this year, wherever my son get drafted, I'm signing there. So you're not thinking about the business aspect of an NBA franchise just taking him as the first rounder just to get LeBron James, to get money, to make money. That's happening regardless. So no matter what he does, whoever's the top 30, whoever, I need a little buzz, I need this, I need that. Can you imagine if the Knicks fall at 19 next year?
Oh, it's happening. It's happening. Yo, I think the Knicks will even trade up. The Knicks will trade up to do that.
You don't think New York is doing that? Like, come on, he's getting drafted first round regardless. That's why
Now,
Bron is the smartest.
Now
Like,
remember too, Dell. It's not just anybody because James ain't putting on the Detroit Piston uniform, right? He ain't putting on the Oakland.
No, I think whoever drafts Bron, his pops is going there. Whoever.
I'm having a difficult time seeing James put on a Minnesota Timberwolves jersey.
Because you got to understand, Bron already feels like his career of what he's done is solidified. So if he has a chance to play with his son, he's doing that. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about Pistons.
Are we moving to Minnesota? Are we moving to Portland?
He's moving wherever. Portland, 100%. His Nikes in his backyard. He's definitely going to Portland.
That'd be all right for Minnesota too.
Because you going to Portland.
You got to think about these mid contending teams. Where if you put Bron on there at where he's at right now, that helps them a lot.
He did say Atlanta, we pulling up. He did say that.
Yeah. But let's say Bronny really does develop crazy in this next 18 months, right? Let's say he grows another inch and a half, he puts on another 10 pounds, you know, and he's just crazy, right? If Bronny got drafted to like Portland or something, and Bron came to Portland, you know how crazy that would be for Nike. Like, I mean, it's already nuts, but you know what I'm saying?
Just like one season,
crazy,
just for one season, that would be a big deal.
Bronny really live up to that type of potential, and then Nike signed Bronny too.
He already signed.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, that business is crazy. That'd be love. I hope Bronny really does.
All right, y'all. I got a couple more super chats that we got to get to. Open court is next, so y'all be sure to stick around for that. I'm assuming they have some nasty narratives for you guys.
Nasty narratives.
They're called open court.
Nasty narratives. Dale.
Samuel Pace. I don't know your first name, my man, but appreciate you for tapping in. He said, "What y'all think about Max Struss to the Cavs? Not a lot of options. We need a wing and some scoring off the bench elsewhere."
I was actually having a conversation yesterday. I was trying to figure out, it was somebody that brought up a small forward that'd be perfect for Cleveland. It wasn't. No, it wasn't Imani Bates. I'm sorry, guys. It escapes me, but they definitely need to upgrade that. They definitely need to upgrade at the small forward spot.
Yeah.
Jeremy
Grant.
They could get Jeremy Grant. Yeah. Actually, you know what, Mars? I don't think it needs to be that big of an upgrade. I just think it's somebody who can knock down an open shot. I don't need a 20 a game guy. Just somebody that can.
So like Klay Thompson, G League level player.
Struss is nice.
I'm just thinking a guy who can knock down an open shot and play some defense. I ain't talking about a guy that needs to be 20 a game, because I think you're gonna get plenty of buckets from those other guys. If you could get a solid small forward, I don't know why that name escapes me. We were talking about it yesterday. Damn.
So you're gonna trade Okoro? That's pretty much you don't like him at all?
Okoro.
I think you could. It's not that I don't like him. I just think you can do better because offensively, I thought that he would be a lot better. We're talking about a lottery pick, man. A lottery pick who hasn't really That's what I'm talking about. A top 5 pick who has not panned out. He should be in that offense with the amount of shots that he gets. He should be a 15 to 18 a game guy easily. He should be that, and he's not.
It's the thing about it is, and I'm not trying to shoot him no bail or anything like that, but he's still a young guy. He's still developing, so like he's really not there. He's an incomplete.
Well,
product.
the problem that we having with that logic is that this team is now with Donovan Mitchell. Now the timeline has moved up, which means that these guys have to get better. So Evan Mobley's getting better. Jared Allen also has to play better. Okoro, we can't have you as a liability out here because we're trying to win. And next season, they're trying to go this way. And if we got a guy that's holding us back like Okoro, then we got to upgrade at that position. That doesn't mean I don't like him. I just feel like we got to upgrade at that position.
How old is Donovan Mitchell? Because I don't
27.
27. Oh, they got plenty of time.
He the oldest one on the crew.
Yeah, Darius Garland's still
21.
Evan Mobley, who's probably going to end up being their best player if he reaches his full potential.
Yep.
He's only in his, second year. Like
third year coming in. This is third year coming in.
How many years do they have? They got about 5, 6.
But you still got Evan Mobley on his rook deal, right? Yeah. You still got Okoro on his rook deal. You just paid Darius Garland. Donovan Mitchell, you paid him already. And Jared Allen, I don't think he's making that much money. So Rubio's still on their bench. Wade, they just extended Wade for I think it was like another, I don't know, I want to say like $40 million or something like that.
They got Dean Wade until 2026.
Yeah, okay. So Dean Wade, I think they just extended him. So they got these guys on the books for a while. So there is a window for this team.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Moving along. Reggie the Tree said, "What up, fellas? Love the show. Salute the ticket. Been rocking with him for years. Proud of you, bro. Proud of y'all. Start bench cut in this era. We got Elton Brand, Zach Randolph, and Chris Bosh. Stay encouraged."
That's tough.
If it's this era,
yeah.
So if it's this era, I'm starting Chris Bosh. I'm gonna bench Elton Brand, and I'm gonna cut Zach Randolph.
I never thought I'd hear myself cut Zach Randolph.
I know.
I don't even want to do this. For this era, I think I got to agree with
for this era.
For this era, damn near might be actually the reason why I damn near start Zebo. Because Zebo really could bang that three for real. Mid-range. Chris Bosh could have too, but like Zach Randolph was a problem. I don't think, especially with the small ball era, how it is right now. Well, I think Zach Randolph would dominate on all three.
He didn't have a stretch game that Chris Bosh had. That's number one, and that's primarily what the game is today. They don't have you very rarely see a lot of dirty work guys like Zach Randolph that are successful. So that doesn't mean that Zach Randolph is whack, because I think Zach Randolph wasn't
a dirty work guy, don't feel.
Oh, absolutely, he was.
I'm looking right now.
This high, he was 20 and 10 guy.
Yeah, he averaged 20 for 7 seasons.
Yeah,
7
he was a 20 and 10 guy. Now, I can't put him in the same category with guys like Joker, because he don't do what Joker does in terms of his playmaking, his ability to pass the basketball, stuff like that. No. But him stretching the D, how fast the game is, like Chris Bosh fits more in today's game than he does in terms of starting. Elton Brand is another one who got up and down the floor, right? Who could also knock down the mid-range, but was a dirty work guy. In addition to that, he had a stretch game. So I think those two guys, their games fit more in today's game than Zach's does.
I might actually in this start bench cut, I might actually be forced to start Elton Brand and bench Chris Bosh. Elton Brand was so dope. But I mean, probably me personally, I was a big Elton Brand fan when he was with the Clippers. Elton Brand was nasty, bro.
Be smooth, Mars.
Definitely starting Chris Bosh. I'll bench Zebo, and then I'll cut Elton Brand. I'm cool with that.
All right, fellas. Moving along. Joe Dapp said Imani Bates, 2nd round pick, 49.
Mars loves it.
Right where I said he was going, bottom 10 of the draft, not a 1st round pick. Yeah, I mean,
Mars, what were you off? You were off by what, 1 pick?
Well, technically, there was only 58 picks in the draft. So when I said bottom 10, I was still technically right.
I think you had him at like 45, Mars, something around there.
I think I had him at 50. I think so. I think I was 1 pick off where I actually had him going. I said 50. If I knew Cleveland had the 49th pick, I probably would have said 49. But yeah, I mean, it's about right. He's not going to play, but it's about right for where I expected him to go. So shout out to him for getting drafted. Congratulations, and I wish him the best.
Not in the first round.
Mars.
Yeah, of course not in the 1st round. I was hoping someone would have took that bet with me, because I know I would have been a rich man. I knew he wouldn't go in the 1st round.
B Pierce Sports said Broussard needs his basketball card taken with that Wemby take.
Yeah, he was wild with that. Super wild with that.
Mr. No Name 96 said, "What's y'all opinion on Dame for Cat? Works for both teams. It can help Ant grow as a player, and you're not wasting away the Rudy trade."
I don't hate it.
I don't know why anyone would want Cat.
I don't hate it for Minnesota. I don't.
Oh, I love it for Minnesota. I don't know why anyone would want Cat.
I love it. I love it for Minnesota. Like I love it a lot, but I hope Portland doesn't allow themselves to get fleeced like that.
Walker with the super chat said Harrison Barnes shot 5 for 32 from the 3 in the last 3 games of the 2016 finals. As Chill would say, if I see him in person, I'll swing on him.
Swinging on him. Punch him right in his face.
Harrison Barnes and Festus Ezeli are hated in Golden State for that series.
King Arthur with the super chat to clear things up. He said, "My apologies. I may not have been clear. I meant those same guys hate being scrutinized, but they refuse to take responsibility for how they are viewed."
And that's why we here. And that's exactly why we here.
Who enjoys being scrutinized?
Nobody. Talk about me, Mars. Talk about me in a bad way, Mars. Just give it to me. No.
People that want to get better, as long as it's constructive criticism.
That don't mean I enjoy it.
We're not gonna act like what we do up here is constructive criticism.
Just because it's good for me doesn't mean that I enjoy it. No, I might need my ass whooped. That don't mean I'm gonna enjoy getting the ass whooping. So, hey Ron, I gotta bounce.
All right,
fellas. Big Ox, I'll see you tomorrow. Fellas, I'll see y'all next week.
Cool.
All right, sir.
Yes, sir.
Javinci Got Bands said if the NBA rules was changed to where there could be no super teams made and it could only be one superstar to a team from the start of 2000 all the way up to now, who would be the greatest of all time? Ticket. It's a pretty in-depth question.
The answer is Kobe Bryant, but that's it.
Yes.
Ticket. All right. Well, Mar stepped in and answered for him. The answer is Kobe Bryant.
You're welcome.
Clickety Keys said 3-team trade, Dallas 76ers and Suns. Tobias goes to the Suns, Kyrie goes to the 76ers, and Dallas gets Ayton and Maxey. That would be perfect for Dallas. Like it, love it, hate it.
I don't know why anyone was.
Yeah, Dallas gave up Kyrie and they got Ayton and Maxey. That makes no sense.
I don't know why anyone would trade with Phoenix.
That's what Fluent was saying.
Like, any trade with Phoenix just benefits them. I don't get why you'd help them.
Well, there's teams out there that can use DeAndre Ayton. So if you don't look at it like I'm trading to them, I'm getting something in return. Like, that's not a bad move. There's at least 10 teams that can use DeAndre Ayton.
There's so much better options than DeAndre Ayton.
I mean, like what?
Jarrett Allen.
If Jared Allen's available.
Jared Allen is going to
be and DeAndre Ayton's better than Jared Allen too.
No, he's not. But
no,
I'm not having a Jared Allen.
I'm not going to do this with y'all.
Yeah, that's fine.
DeAndre Ayton's for sure.
Y'all supposed to mutually agree that y'all.
We mutually agreed that we're going to agree to disagree. That's
that was awfully civil of you guys.
We're awfully civil people.
On the way out, because open court is coming up like right now. Right when this ends, open court starts. But on the way out, I do want you guys to see something that I guess is now set in stone. FYF came on here yesterday, and he's been chatting in the background, saying that they all want the smoke over there. So, well, you bring the smoke to me, I'm going to set it up. Hey, you bring the smoke to me, I'm going to pour gas on the fire. So this is what we got here, people. Saturday, July 8th, FYF, they going to bring their ass over here and get spanked. It's going to be they guys versus our guys, king of the court. First to 15. 2 people get to come up, similar to this. You get your takeoff. You get your takeoff. We'll let you guys, our dedicated fans, vote on who won. And winner stays on. Loser gets their ass to the back of the line.
That KG poster is fire.
Wait, and let me guess, you're not allowed to win more than 3 in a row?
No, this one is winner stays on.
Oh, so I can just go rattle off 15 in a row.
Yeah, please do that, Mars.
Mars, you gonna run them off 15-0?
I could. It depends how I feel.
Oh man, that's the Avengers. We got a Hulk.
All right, well, y'all see it here. We're gonna catch y'all at the same time on Monday. Open court is next. Y'all be sure to pop in.
Mars, turn the heater on, boy.
Hey, Mars, make sure. Let's make sure to let FYF